Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, Archie. Hello, Claire. Hello, Mark and Kerry and Zingo and Joe and Maltese. Hello, everybody. We got 16 viewers here, maybe more. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Yesterday was unbelievable. I shouldn't even be discussing it, but I think it's very indicative of my entire comedy career, basically. I'll tell you what this means. We've got 894 followers, subscribers, which is a good start. Thank you for listening to me, everybody. Thank you for coming back. I hope you come back. I hope everybody comes back. I can't hear you over that shirt. Oh yeah. All right, hi. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I didn't turn the sound thing on. This is my shirt. Hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. How is this doing? How is that doing? Yeah. It's the shirt. I guess this is lemons. These are lemons. It's not even a pineapple. I think I got this. I don't even remember where I got this. I think I got this in TK Maxx about 20 years ago, and I got it there. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you. Hey, Lucy, good to see you back. Hello, love you, love it, Fruity Lewis. Well, I've been called that in the past. I've been called that in the past by the men who I've loved. I had a hot date with a lovely lady last night at the beer festival. Proper kissed her and hugged her. Okay. That's really good. A round of applause for ladies that are kissing men. I'm a Fruit Loop. Anyway, so we got things we got to discuss. I'm not going to apologize. I don't know what I need to apologize for. I don't even know what I need to discuss this. It's just a very interesting subject to me. You know, something that men are interested in, but when maybe we won't discuss it. My son has told me what the news of the country is, and it's really dull. It's really dull. It has to do with the person who's basically the local counselors who've been made head of our out of your government, our government, my government, all the government here. Okay. It's a nice shirt, yeah, because I don't. This is the only short sleeve button down shirts I have, and I woke up this morning. I weighed 79.1 kilograms. I actually didn't wake up this morning. I woke up at 1 o'clock. Because I took 2 sleeping pills, and cetrizine, which is a whatever it's called. What is it called? It's a sneezing tablet, and because I need to sleep. I'm not getting enough sleep. And maybe that's one of my problems. You know, I'm not getting enough sleep. So we've got 894 followers. What are you guys doing for sleep? We should discuss that. Sleep is so important. So important. And we're inside, and I can't even open the window up because antihistamine, exactly. Thank you, Claire. Because sleep is so important. It's one of those things. People think, oh, you got to work. And, I mean, I've had sleep problems. I had sleep 32. Thank you, Alan. I had 32. Sorry, I had sleep apnea for a few years, and then I went on a low carb diet. I thought it was cured. I just wake up in the middle of the night. I don't focus. Maybe what it is. You know, as we get older, I was never a good sleeper. Don't drink so much tea and caffeine in the evenings. Then, right. Well, I don't drink it in the evenings. I basically stop around now, but that's still a bit too late, probably. Claire, for sleep, not eating much, and 5 milligrams diazepam. I don't recommend that because I have a friend of mine, not me, friend of mine, who was taking diazepam, and she had the hardest time getting off of it. Have you heard of this? We should discuss that. We could discuss that. What's his name? That's what Jordan Peterson had a hard time with. There you go. Joodles is here. Hi. Hello, Joodles. Good to see you. Okay. So we could whatever. We could just say, I hope I mean well. I hope I'm a good person. Maybe I don't think I'm a good person. Do you think I hope I'm trying my best to be a good person. I'm not trying to, good to see you. But, let me just send Russ a message. My friend Russ calls me as if he doesn't know. 5 o'clock is chat time. On chat. We've been doing this. This is the 12th of July. This is the 32nd straight show. So It took me 31 shows before I bothered people. You've been on it for 12 and a half years. Well, I'm going to say this to you. That's not good for you. Claire, diazepam, number one. If you're doing that every single night, number one. Number two is try getting off, like my friend tried to get off. And they had to titrate the diazepam. Diazepam is Valium. I don't recommend it. Shouldn't even be using the terms. Maybe that's why. No, nobody is a St. Louis. Only braggers think they are, and being a bragger undermines them for it. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I want people to like me. I mean, that's my problem. I want people to love me, warts and all. But I have warts, and I'll tell you what my warts are. And I think if you watch this show, you can see what I'm doing. You can see who I am. At least I'm trying to. I want you to see. Yeah. So Joy Earls is on it for a long time too. I grab what sleep I can. Simon Arnold says I can. Lewis. Hot sunny weather is a great alarm clock. Well, the sun comes in my window over there. Maybe it would be better if the council had built the building on our green space, and then I wouldn't have had sunlight coming in. No, not every night, but for personal reasons. My doctor has a special note on my file. Okay, all right, we're not discussing that necessarily. Kinsey is here. Where's Kinsey? I didn't see Kinsey's name. I didn't see that. Hey, Archie, good to see you. Why do I think I know? Have we met before, Archie? Maltese Phil. I have an AC on before bed. My bedroom faces south, so it has the sun on it all day. It's really hot in there otherwise. Well, this is one thing, you probably know about the British people, is they don't understand what you do in the summertime. You close the windows and the curtains during the daytime, and you open them up at night. But a lot of people say, "Oh, let the cool air come in." But if it's warmer outside, it's going to be cooler inside. It's going to be hotter inside. Hey, Jedster, I'm trying to use an eye mask if the daylight is bothering. Yeah, try that. Try using a day mask. I do. I have tons of day masks. Use the day masks. Yeah, use a mask. I can't sleep without a mask on. Even in the hottest days. Kinsey, so true. What is Kinsey saying? Lack of sleep can be very harmful. It's one of those list of things. What are the list of things we've got to work on? Sleep, to sun, get out in the sun. Like I know people who don't go out in the sun at all. Sun, food, which when I say food, I mean low carb, high animal food, right? That's so important. Food. What else? What else is super important? Even Grok just had to come back on X and apologize. What did Grok apologize for? Who doesn't? Lucy says she doesn't like warts. I don't like warts either. I think I've got a wart on my hand here. I've had this thing like for a few years. I'm at around 21 degrees here. You live in Caithness, that's boiling for Caithness. Caithness is as far north as you can get, right? And Simon, yeah, okay. Did you see Dankula's wee video on it? It was screaming. I didn't see that. I actually opened for Count Dankula. Warts contain a lot of carbs. Well, you get warts by having a lot of carbs. Yeah, you shouldn't have carbs. I'm trying to cut back on the carbs now as we speak. I weigh 79.1 grams. That's a lot. And keep hydrated. Stay hydrated. Yeah, Helen B. Welcome back, Helen B. 75 degrees in Portsmouth. And you still do Fahrenheit. Joe, you're a rebel. So what does that mean? 22 degrees? 23 degrees? Is that what that means? Joe, 75 degrees? Wouldn't they be more protein, Jedster, warts? That's a good question. Wouldn't they be more? Hey, hello, Joe, says Kinsey. They would say so. We have to maybe watch Dankula's thing. I got this thing. It's like I don't know whether you can see it. It's kind of like a nothing thing, but it's an imperfection. I'm trying to get rid of all my imperfections. Hi, I'm at work and I've just given out a bottle of morphine one tonight. Risky. Some find it very addictive. It's like the old joke. You know it's really addictive. Heroin, heroin. Joe is in the house, says Joodles. Hey, you all. Not sure. I'm not aware. I lost my place there. It's 33 in the shade there. Where are you, Kinsey, again? It's not 33 in the shade where you are. You're up in Northern Ireland, right? I was born in 73. We were using Celsius, not Fahrenheit, from a young age. Why was that? Because of the Irish people? Could that be what it is? Oh, no, down there in Malta, because Malta's not part of, well, I guess it was once part of Britain at some point. Heroin is very Moorish. Yeah, good joke. It was 23. That's what I said. That's a 23 degrees earlier. Back on you, Kinsey, says Joe. Hi, eh? Okay. Nick Dixon did his first live stream last night. I think you must have inspired him. You were mentioned as well as headliners. Well, I'm glad. I love Nick Dixon. Let everybody do their own mind. You know, it's up for me to be, it's up for us, not just me, to be as interesting as possible. You know, you can go from one to another. I don't care what you do. Lewis is inspirational. Thank you, Claire. Claire always has something nice to say about Lewis Schaffer. Grok went into full Charlie Sheen a few days ago, and he had to be taken offline. So I'm told it's winning phase over. Well, what do you mean, Charlie Sheen? Like drug addled, prostitute, whatever he did? I don't know what he did. Oh, I would have liked to have watched the Nick stream. Well, let's go on that. Yeah, I mean, he is really interesting. He's no Lewis Schaffer, and he is really interesting. There's a debate: who's crazier, Nick Dixon or Lewis Schaffer? Who is crazier, Nick Dixon? I think, according to the test, they show that I'm crazier. I mean, for an Englishman, he's maybe crazier, if we can believe that English people are not necessarily crazy. Lucy, I am down 1.5 pounds today, probably mostly sweat. Well, that's why you have to weigh yourself the very first thing. Okay. He didn't take his shirt off, says Shanks. Hey, Shanks. Who didn't take their shirt off? Any anti-Semitic crazy? Who's anti-Semitic crazy? I missed this here. Oh. Is that what Grok was doing? He was being anti-Semitic. Or whatever, proposing anti-Semitic things. Doesn't he realize the Jews have won? Those are lemons on your shirt. Yes, they're lemons. They're not pineapples. Please repost the Discord link. Still can't get it. Yeah, can we repost the Discord link? The Grok thing. Grok called itself Mecha Hitler and was saying some pretty bad stuff. Well, Mark, do you remember what my son said about this, which was very interesting? He said that the way it gets information is it feeds it off the internet, and because it's fed off the internet so many times, right, producer, it runs out of things, so it gets into this spiral death thing. Nick kept his shirt on. Well, Nick is handsomer than I am, I think. Nick is handsomer than I am. Maybe. What do you think? Do I seem thin? Well, congratulations to Lucy for losing a pound. She's lost about 2 or 3 pounds in the past couple of days. Remember, most of the loss in the beginning of this kind of diet is water, but it is real loss. It's real loss. Didn't they take Grok away for a while? That was why, for the anti-Semitism. Yeah. I mean, that's the price as you know, I am a Jew. I'm a Jew, and I tell you I'm a Jew. And if you don't like me for being a Jew, you know what I mean. I understand it, but that's one of the prices you pay. If you're going to be a powerful person, people are going to hassle you. If you're going to do bad things, people are going to hassle you. So the way you get out of that is by being a good person. Grok was scraping Nick Fuentes' Twitter account. Well, probably it's scraping everything. Jewish Schaffer, yeah. Yes, I am, Lucy. So do not deny it. Do not deny it. Anyway, so congrats, Lucy, for pointing that out. Yeah, I am. Am I proud to be a Jew? I've done nothing except being born a Jew in a Jewish family in a Jewish town. Have I done anything? I mean, am, and I've been a bad boy. I made girls cry, sort of, kind of. You know, I have I been a good father, producer? He says yes. Yeah, don't ask that question. So thank you, Claire C. and Roy and Lucy. Well done, girl. You keep going. Lucy says thank you. They were communicating. Nothing wrong with being Jewish. Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong. You're born Jewish. You are Jewish. Well, how can you say that that's wrong? That's wrong. You got something wrong with doing wrong things. No problem with Jews. Thank you, Kinsey. Grok was trying to fit in too much with the posters on X. Now it's trying to be firm but fair. Yeah. Or it could be, maybe Elon has a bit of anti-Semitism in him from growing up, in South Africa. Or maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? But at the end of the day, we've got to judge ourselves by what we do. I'm trying to be the best I can. That's why I'm really affected when somebody says I'm doing a bad thing. Really, really affected. Thank you, Kerry Mack. I love the shirt too. These are lemons. These are lemons. That's a bit of my chest. I have a lump here. Can you see the lump? I have a bit of a lump, which I got when I was type 2 diabetic. No, Lewis. He removed the politically correct filter, and it went mental. Okay, that's interesting. So he put a filter on to make sure people didn't. But the best thing about Twitter is you get a lot of politically incorrect stuff, right? So that's a good thing. If I go by my family history, I'm part Christian, part Jew, part Arab. That's multiculturalism. Most people are. Most people are. Remember, there's still the same number of Jews, 15 million, as there was 100 years ago. You know what I mean? In theory, it should grow, but it's not growing. And I don't know. I had to test it. Lucy says, I've actually lost half a stone, which is 4 kilograms, which is 10 pounds since after Christmas, which is not good enough. I'm going to tell you something, Lucy. You're going down. That is good enough. You're going down. We got to, you're going down. It's my callus. It's a callus on your heart. This is it's not really much of a lump. I've got a couple things. I had a lump on my back, a subcutaneous cyst on my back. It could be I don't really have a callous heart. I want to be loving. But I also want to tell the truth as I see it and not worry about it. But some people don't like it. You don't like it. I meant to ask you, Lewis, this is what Kerry Mack says, why is that horrible lady still allowed on the BBC after all the allegations made against her? I can't think of her name. Who is that? I don't know who that is. But the fact is, Lucy lost weight. Any weight. You know how hard it is, Lucy. And Claire will tell you, and I will tell you, how hard it is to lose weight. And then while we're waiting for an answer to the Kerry Mack question, if someone can answer that, because I don't know who you're talking about. It's really hard to lose weight because food is addictive. Food is Moorish. I'd like to discuss that. I'd like to discuss hoarding because I've been meaning to go down to get a storage facility to get rid of my stuff. I know that's not getting rid of hoarding, but I hope to put it in the storage thing and then walk away from it. That's my plan. It was explained to me. That was my plan. Kerry, so what was the lady? Who is the lady, Kerry? Do we know her name, what the lady was? Nana Manchetti. I think that's how you spell it. What did she do that was wrong? I tend not to believe stuff until I see it. And I don't know what that is. What did she do? Thank you, Plectum. There you go. Losing 4 stone, which is 10 pounds, or 9 pounds, is amazing. Keeping it off. Like me, I'm trying to get down to 75 kilograms. 75. Okay, storage is expensive. Yeah, I think it could cost 100 pounds. 100 pounds. Yeah, I spent my entire life, Simon Arnold, on storage. It's a waste. But I'm a hoarder. I hoard ideas. Aren't we all hoarder? What did she do? Let's talk about her. What did she do? Without basically saying bad things about her. She's accused of being a bully and not very nice to all of her colleagues. Apparently made very sexist remarks too. Okay, who am I going to lose by saying I don't believe it? And everybody's a bully, and all bosses are bullies. I've worked for people and they're bullies, and I've spoken to people and they say sometimes. Not really. I don't think I've ever been accused. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's an actual crime, bullying. Bullying. You know, she's a woman from India. I think she's an Indian. And Indians, there's a certain way that they look at the world that's different and similar to our way. Okay. She's not nice to her colleagues. And she's made sexist remarks. What kind of sexist remarks? People should handle it. You know, you want to be in the this is where you're going to hate me. You want to be in the workplace, you got to face it. You got to face people. You're good. She said this. You got to handle it. I'm sorry. You've got to handle it. You want to have sex with men, you're going to have your heart broken. Nick was good, but it was mostly on Dominic Cummings. Yeah, because he knows these people. He knows who Dominic Cummings is. He knows who Lord Frost is. He's really knowledgeable. He's got a huge IQ. He's really bright, and he's got, you know, and he's in the world right now. And he comes from Cumbria. Okay? This is information from Shanks, so I thank Shanks. She's not even good on the TV, and this is what happens. Then they start saying, she wasn't good. I like her. I think she's really, I don't watch her. I don't watch the BBC. Don't watch the BBC. Don't watch the BBC because it's brainwashing. You don't watch brainwashers, do you? I'm just wondering because it all went quiet about her. Just wondering if she was allowed on the air because of the BBC's history. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you something. There's always something going on where you're not allowed to comment on what's going on because it's in some court case. So they don't want you to discuss it, which is why. So you don't know what's going on. So you have to believe their ruling. So-and-so. The court came down and said the guy was convicted. Oh, he was convicted. Naga claims criticizing her is both racist and sexist. Well, that's also probably garbage, too. Racist and sexist. No, I tell you what it is. It's pretty privileged. She's like a really pretty girl. Why is she on top and Lewis isn't? Because she was really pretty. Don't watch the BBC. You know what I mean? That's what you're going to get. You're going to get that person in charge, somebody who's really pretty. Talking of all going quiet out there, how about a bit more volume? Well, it's lower volume. Okay. Do you want to know something, Mark? Who's there? Who asked for more volume? Archie? Yeah. Okay. How about that? Can you hear me? Let me see if I can put this up here so you can hear me because I think this is so cool. Do you think this is cool that this is up here? I'm going to have this up here. How about like that? Does that look like something? Mark said he lost interest in the BBC years ago. Naga on top. Ooh, no thanks. I mean, I think she's a beautiful woman. Woman. That's what I think. She's a beautiful woman. What is your really pretty? What is mine? No, it's you are really pretty, Lud. Slap your hand and remember, you are. Whenever you see the word Y-O-U-R, you've got to remember Lewis Schaffer wants it correctly. Much louder now. Okay, thank you. It's much louder. I've got this thing on the back here, which is like a tag. I got this in, where did I get this? I got this in CEX. Oh, let me take this off. Oh, that's brilliant. I got it in CEX. That's a great shop. I love it. Anyway, that mic makes you look American. Does it really? It's like an old school mic. Yeah, I like it. It looks like a radio show from the 1945 with the mic there. Yeah, it's old school. I paid £75 for it in CEX. Hey, Niall good. Nye, all good. Okay, yes, Lewis reminds us that we need to spell and punctuate properly. Yes, we do. We need to. And maybe, something like this, maybe in like 15 years, you'll be spelling really well. And people say, wow, thank you for using it. And they'll be really happy. CEX is a great shop. Yeah, I love the mic, Lewis. Thank you very much. Anyway, what about Tony Blackburn, BBC Radio 2? What about him? What he did? There's always somebody who could complain. That's what I'm afraid of. I was, when that woman accused me of something, it's like, oh, I knew it. I knew that guy. That's what happens. And once it goes on, it goes on. That's why we got to be really careful. I went to a sex shop, but they were all sold out. A sex shop for what? I usually get some warranty with their stuff as well. Yeah, CEX does. Because you could return it and get 75. It's really good stuff. Lorna, I can't believe and I like it. I think they know what they're doing. Maybe they do. They test it. Everything's fine. Okay, I bought a lot of different stuff. I've never had to return anything. I've been working on my spelling and punctuation from You Said It. From You Said It. Laugh out loud. Okay. Is Keith here? Hey, Keith. Which Keith is that? We're punctuation punks. Yeah, we're better than those people. That's a really important thing. Lorna, Claire says, hi, Lorna. You look nice today, Lorna. That's what people, they're looking good. How is my hair doing? How is my hair doing? I paid for it. Yeah, I found everything on the street, but things like this, when I need a microphone, I buy it. I go to CEX. My phone, my beautiful red phone, I bought it at CEX. Okay? I did return. I had a Samsung phone and I returned it, or maybe it wasn't even a Samsung phone, but I returned that. Warranty and satisfaction. Yeah, you got a warranty. Your hair looks good, Lewis. Does your shirt have a name? Yeah, I call it beautiful. Hello, Caroline Cooper. I can't tell. If I put it here, can you read it? Can you? Let's see if I can find it. See if where does it say? I don't know if I can see it. Can I take? Why did you ask that? Does it have a name? I'll have to check it. Lewis, your hair looks great. Thank you, Claire C. There's 40 people watching, which is really good for a Saturday. Lewis, Caroline Cooper. Where are you from again, Caroline? You told us, but I haven't seen you in such a Bert the shirt. I haven't seen it in a long time. But that's what I bring to this lovely community, Kerry. What do you bring? Being, people trying to be loving. That's why when people are unhappy with something that I say, oh my God, that's going the opposite direction of where I want. Live in the studio, man throttles himself with his own shirt, Judel says. Yeah, throttles myself. Okay, Lewis. Have you seen Candace Owens' documentary about becoming Bridget? Oh, what did it say about her? She's much older than he is. Much older. I'm throttling myself. At least this shirt almost fits. It almost fits here. Can you see that? That's amazing. I haven't seen that. What do you say, Shanks? Let's talk about that thing. Yes, Shanks, it's crazy. What is crazy about becoming Brigitte? Is it facts? Hey, look, John Loins is in the room. Hello, Helen B is in the room. Yeah, what about it? I want to hear. It's Shanks, tell us about it. And if you've seen it, tell us about it. Tell Lewis Schaffer. It's not just my show. It's your show. It is my show, but it's your show. It's your show. I'm just, it's my show. I'm going to get some water in it, more water in a second. Are you gonna write about this thing, Mr. Shanks? It's his wife, who's much older than him, was a school teacher, started dating him when he was 15 and she was like 40 or something. And, 40. And then they're saying she's not even a woman, was a man. So maybe there's kind of a gay thing. So basically they're calling him gay. Okay? There was a guy in the States who invented something, and he embarrassingly killed himself with his invention. I forgot his name, though. There's lots of people who did stuff like that. They invented and they tested themselves with it. I know I'm disappointed in Shanks because he hasn't written anything. That's basically Van de Graaff Generator. Is that the guy? There's a whole load of those that Dankyu made a video about people who kill themselves. She looks totally like a geezer. Yeah, but that's rude. You shouldn't say that about women. They look like a geezer. Men and women look so similar. So similar. I wish I was better looking. I want to be better looking. I love that we all get paid on this show. Yeah, well, not that Lewis gets paid, but yeah, you're not getting paid. The guy who owned the Segway company dies when his Segway went over a cliff. Yeah, Brigitte is a man, says Judels. You know what it is with Judels? Judels from Northern Ireland, and if she says something to be true, you better believe it. I don't know if it's true, but you better believe it. Okay. That's what Judels brings, Kerry. Rudeness. I don't think she's rude, but this is what she believes in. They're almost like New Yorkers. They're almost Americans, Northern Irish people. Watch the series. So what is the series? Brigitte Owens, man. Okay. I'd have to see it. I'd have to see it. Candace Owens said she got a call from Trump about it. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're the president of the United States and you find something interesting. Look, I'm asking you guys questions, so you got a call from Lewis Schaffer about this thing. Oh, yes, this is what Mark says. I should have remembered those guys with the wings who jumped off cliffs. Yeah, that happens constantly. Constantly. My friend Russ, if you remember him, he's got his own Segway. So he's going around on a Segway, and he falls off of it. I used to ride a bicycle, and I was saying, no, I don't want to do it anymore. I had my nose broken. You know, you could break stuff. Any gigs in the Fringe next month? No, I'm not going up to the Fringe. I should go up to the Fringe. I got to have more stuff. 43 people, Kinsey. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Is that any gigs at the Fringe, Mike asks. And the answer is no. No, but I'm not being asked to do anything, and I should be asked to do anything. I'm watching a lot of comedians on TV, and a lot of them are boring, and a lot of them are my old friends, and they're amazing. And I think, well, maybe I couldn't do that, or maybe I could do it. How did she have children if she was a man? Well, maybe she was the man part of the children, and she was married, Lorna asks. Is that the questions? They took the journalist who said, Hem's a man to court. He's a man to court for defamation. They were acquitted. I did not hear that. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of like an Oscar Wilde type scenario. That's very interesting. But, okay, so let's talk about that for a second. And then let's say, what does it matter? All those globalists are all a bunch of... I'm not saying being gay is not wrong, but it ain't right. And that's what makes it so much fun. We men and women need to love each other. I'd like to love each and every woman here. Each and every woman. Lucy said she saw it. Look at, right? Yeah, so it's like that. You saw that. They were taken to court. Remember the guy who did not believe in gene theory put out £100,000 reward for asking for actual documentation that proved that germ theory existed, that bacteria existed. I forget what the guy's name was. And they took him to court, and then they said, eventually they said, no, there's no proof. And Lewis Schaffer, my son, the producer, actually said to me, why do you have those, whatchamacallit, do you really not believe in germs? And I had to tell him, I said, no, I don't believe in germ theory. I don't believe in it. And he looked at me. He gave me a look like, please, Daddy, don't kill yourself. I love you. Was that the look he gave me? Probably not. But whatever, that's the way I felt it was. It really doesn't matter if he's a man, Lewis. It's just gaslighting. Oh, he's like presenting himself as a great guy? Is that where the gaslighting comes from? Yeah, that is gaslighting. Well, what do you think? What do you think? Is that gaslighting? Yeah, they want to present themselves as a happy family guy. He's saying you don't have to have kids. You don't have to have kids. I was thinking about this, and I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings. But they basically, I'm surprised that I have children. Honest to God, I wasn't planning on it. I didn't want it really. I just thought maybe I met a woman who wanted it, and I just said, oh, okay, let's go. And she was maybe the first person in about 15 years who wanted to have sex with me. And so I just thought, okay, you want kids? We'll have kids. And then as soon as the kids were born, it was like, oh my God, it was horrible. We should talk about kids. Because Team World, the globalists, are trying to convince people not to have kids. Not to have kids. Claire doesn't want any sloppy seconds, Lewis. Okay, she'll go first. She'll go first, and you can go second. And then Joodles can go third. And then Mark can go fourth. Mark Thorosian can go fourth. Yeah, he's sitting there. He's got his earphones in. He may not be able to hear me. Would I do Brigitte Macron? Would I do Brigitte Macron? The answer to that question is... she wouldn't be the first on my list, but she might be a nice lady. I'm trying to be as nice as possible, but then I get called bad things, and which I did not mean to be. Anyway, I'm not in the queue, and you missed. I don't know what that means, Joodles, but yeah, okay, she's not in the queue. Tiddles, is Tiddles a new person, Tiddles? Thank you very much for coming in there. Anyway, hi, we are getting there, Lewis. This is what I'm saying. Would I do Brigitte Macron? I find her, she's oddly shaped. I think Judith is right. She does look like a man. But what's wrong with looking like a man? What's wrong? Who is Rosian? Thorosian, says Scott, who believes in medical cannabis. You don't have to find a man attractive. You know, you don't have to. 4 more subs to, oh my God, so up to 96. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. That's real. That'll be a great, we should maybe have a little party because we've gone up from like 500 or something. I think the internet, in part, this is what Mark J says, put us on a backward track. People used to get out more, meet up in person, start a relationship. Now there's more stay-at-home flirtation on the screens. Yeah. And trouble, and you can have trouble. I'm having trouble here because I just love, I'm having trouble. Yeah. She hasn't got a neck, too. Yeah. So there are women without a neck. You're supposed to say, I'm not going to go out with these women, Lorna. Yeah, it's a big trouble. They believe it started with Facebook. People stopped going out. I mean, I met my wife at a comedy club. She was there with her client. She was there, and I thought she's going to save me. She's going to save me, and I could buy free drinks to people. Sloppy Seconds was the second album of Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. Is that true? Dr. Hook. I wasn't a huge fan. I might have done the right thing at the right time. Maybe did the wrong thing. Is that the song, Archie Kloom? I met a lady I went on a date with yesterday on the Bumble app. Well, that's really nice. That's really nice. But it's always better to meet people in person. But people don't go out. I don't go out. I don't go up to talk to girls because they could be really angry at me, because I'm old, whatever. What's the trouble? What do you mean, what's the trouble? The trouble was yesterday, but we're going to talk about it in a nice way to make sure everybody feels good. Yet he always has to employ a scarf to hide the Adam's apple. Is this what you're saying? I'm surprised he doesn't have a surgery? He's married to Mr. Team World, free surgery. Freaking at the freaking balls. Might have done the right thing at the right time. You know that song? Is that the right song? When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you go it alone. Is that one of the songs too? Yeah. So, yeah. Is that funny? You're saying he's a guy. What happens if you're wrong? What happens if I don't believe that you're right? What if I don't believe it? What if I don't believe it? Written by Shel Silverstein. Yes, he has got a few hits. He was a cartoonist. Jewish. Doodles, can you hide an Adam's apple? But you can hide an Adam's apple, but the voice will give it away. Yeah. It is quite amazing how similar we all can look. Am I right? We can look very similar and just go, oh my God, that's so great. So great. That's one of the best things about being human. You can, it's like if you look at a hippopotamus, the mother is like 3,000, 4,000 pounds, and the father's like 800 pounds. So you can't hide it, or is it the other way around? The difference between you and me, Lewis, is what Jules says, is that I don't care if you believe me or not. Well, I don't believe you 100%, but it could be true. It could be true. And I'm going to check that out. That doesn't mean I don't respect you or don't care about you. I said, I'd like to believe it. I remember my father, we were walking in New York, I think 39th Street, and we went to this really rich person's old townhouse. And my father said that used to be the Democratic National Convention offices. The Democrats, that was their main offices in New York. Beautiful building. And I went, no, that's not true. That building, I don't remember what the building is, and I don't doubt any of you would either, but I could maybe check that out. And I didn't believe him. I did not believe him. That didn't mean I didn't love my father, but I was supposed to believe everything that he says. He used to say a lot of stuff to me. Back in the day, we didn't have internet, so maybe 3 to 5% was wrong. Tune AI. Mrs. Macron reminds me of that Aerosmith song, Dude looks like a lady. Yeah. Would I do Big Mike? You know, what does that mean? What does that mean? If they're a fan of Lewis Schaffer, if they said, Lewis, you have to kiss me or I'm going to die, like they go in the songs. Well, would you do it? Why don't you ask the question of yourself, Malteseville? Ask the question, would you do Michelle Obama? Lewis, would you do Big Mike? That's another person. Would I do Big Mike? Big Mike Tyson? You know, you don't know what the situation is. Because I go long periods without having sex. And because I don't really care. Maybe I don't care about it that much. Maybe I'm shy. And you pick who you got. Whatever. You pick who you got. Looks like Lewis got his knee tan. Does it look that way? Can you see that? How big do I look on the screen? Can I make the screen even larger? Larger, yeah. I was out in the sun a little bit. I'm trying to. That's one of the things today. Sleep, sun, food, low carb, high meat diet. These are things that are all healthy. Well, answer the question, Shanks, Malteseville. Would you do? Who asked the question? If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? That's also a song. Candace Owens has had excellent reporting on the Macrons. Yeah, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. Don't forget and share. Remember, I owe Leanne a calendar. I haven't done it today. Big Mike Graham. Big Mike Graham. Let's see. That's what Lucy says. That's what Lucy says. Here is the point. I love Mike Graham, says Kerry. Would I do Michelle Obama? Not again, no. Okay, funny joke. But then again, gay used to be funny. My entire act in New York was about my being gay. You know, I would 46. We're up 46. That's good news, D.D. Plectum. Thank you very much. I would say, I mean, I'm not glomming on her. I'd like to see what her body looks like naked. She could be quite attractive. She's slender and is a big girl. The answer is she's not on my top of list of women of people I'd like to do. That's all I'm saying about Michelle Obama. Am I right? But so I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Princess. Yeah, that was a joke that I used to tell. Anyway, anyone know what glomming means? I think it's wanting. It's wanting. That's what glomming means. Like, you know, when I see you, I think, oh my God, I want to touch this person. That's what glomming. I'm glomming over that cake. Okay, nope. So Noodle Kinsey says nope. Does nope to what? We don't know what it's nope to. It's just a general nope. It's just a general nope. Top of my list is Gillian Anderson, but I doubt I'm on her list at all. Well, I actually was in a TV show called The Crown with Gillian Anderson a couple of years back. She actually spoke to me. She seemed really nice. She was still married at the time. Glomming means dusk. In Scotland, says Archie. Gloom. That's what glomming means. Claire C is glomming over you, Lewis. Yes, let her glom all she wants to. Let her glom. Maybe I'm glomming over her. You don't know. Maybe I am. Michelle Pfeiffer for me. I remember Michelle Pfeiffer. She was so beautiful. Yeah, that just shows how old we are. Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer. You know. I mean, I don't glom as much as I used to. Lucy Ann is in the house. That's Lucy Ann from the Midlands. Do you call yourself from the Midlands, Lucy Ann? Yeah. Let us all glom. Let's glom over each other. Let's all make a date to see each other and then see how it works out. And don't be judgmental if it doesn't work out, but try to make it work out. I would love that. I'd love that if we have 44 at least. I'd love it if we all got to know each other and became friends. Maybe, well, more than friends. Maybe you could do Brigitte and Big Mike at the same time. You could handle it, Lewis. I don't know if I could, but maybe I'd try, you know. Maybe I'd try. I'm not as Judge Lucy says. Michelle Obama is a substitute, is on the substitute to do you list. I wouldn't want her to know that she's on a substitute. I want her on the list. I want her to think that I would do her. I would do her. The problem with women is they might tell people, oh my God, you know who did me, Lewis Schaffer, and I didn't enjoy myself, and I didn't enjoy him myself. I thought we were all friends. I hope we're all friends. That's what I'm hoping for. Anderson does a very good London accent. Yeah, she's a great actress, and that scene we were in was like amazing, amazing. Lucy, all expenses paid trip to hang out with Lewis. No, unless you want to pay for it. You know, that's my problem is I've got potential girlfriends all over the world, and a lot of them think that I'm somebody. I think because I'm on the TV here answering questions, but I have no money. So I'm not paying your way to come here. I could see Lewis with Sarah Palin. I can't really. I can't. Something. The kid. Maybe I could. The kid. I mean, is she a libertarian? I'm not sure she was. Nobody, not even Brigitte Macron. What does that mean, Joodles? What are you saying that to? Mark J. Who is on the won't do her list? You can't say no to people. You should never say no to people. You should never say to somebody, no, I won't do you. You say not yet. Hall & Oates wrote a song about this. Your wish is on my list. Is that the song? Every woman is therefore beautiful. And you can see beauty in every woman, yeah. And there were some women I've been with who I thought were the most beautiful women in the world, and then you just lose the love. And you could possibly get the love back. You could win the love. Lewis, can you remember your lines from The Crown? I don't think I had any lines, but I was sitting next to Gillian Anderson, and then I was sitting next, as I was the Prime Minister of Canada. Lucy Ann, says Claire says to Lucy Ann, you are gorgeous. Yeah, that's really nice of you, Claire, for one woman to say that to another. Are you looking, Lucy Ann, are you looking at Lucy Ann with a red balloon? What does that mean with the red balloon? Okay. Lucy Ann says, can you find me a boyfriend? Lewis Schaffer is saying, yeah, I'm saying that. Can you, Lucy Ann? How old are you, Lucy? Again, what's so somebody older than your age. Okay. So I can't know Alan Williams. I can't remember the thing for The Crown, but I've been in 5 or 6 episodes of it. Let's see. She's looking with a red balloon, Mark. Yeah. She lives. What town do you live in? Nottingham. What town do you live in again? Who's not a Tea Party? Are you? Slumbert says, not a Tea Party man. What does that mean, Slumbert? Lewis, we have met before. When did we ever meet before? I don't think we've ever met. Did we ever meet? Did we meet up there? I don't think we have. But you want me to come up, I'll come up. That's how you'll recognize Lucy Ann in the restaurants with a red balloon. It's 38.8 degrees here at the moment and no air to breathe. It's very humid. Yeah, just everybody sit still. We're all sitting still. Am I sitting still? I'm sitting still. Acting like you have no idea who you are. I do have an idea who you are. I know who you are. When did we meet? When did we actually meet? I don't think we did. I would remember that. I saw you in Loki on a typewriter. Oh my God, you actually see that? Yeah, that was an incredible film, Loki. Who was the star of the show? He was the only star who ever came around and said, hey, I am this guy who was famous. I'm this guy, and I want to say hello to you. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming and being in our thing, being in our film. It was so lovely. Shout out Northampton. Yeah, Lucy Ann is not in Northampton. Lucy Ann, let's meet up, and you can wear your red balloon so I can recognize you. Ha. Do tell. Oh, are you mad at me now? Are you mad because I don't remember meeting you? Is that really bad? Did you have to black up to play the... No. It was his name was Mulroney, something like that. I just looked like a certain way. What series of The Crown? I've been in all of them. I played the one where they were talking about selling the royal yacht. 47 people. Thank you, Kinsey. There you go. Bye, Lucy. Anyway, too late. Aye. It's a nice story about Loki. I'll tell you what the amazing story about Loki is. Most films, they don't have a degree of realism. They don't have papers and stuff like that, but it looks real because it's the movies. This one, you would open a drawer and it would have dozens of individually typewritten invoices and papers and information about different stuff. It was brilliant. It was so good. Why am I canceled? Yeah, my calendar's canceled. Oh, you're the other Lucy. Yeah. Okay, that's two girls that hate me now. Lewis, you are a movie star and a hot Jew. Thank you very much. Well, a lot of movie stars are hot Jews. You can name one. I'll tell you that they're Jewish. Harrison Ford was half Jewish. Paul Newman was half Jewish. So that's what it was. It was like you open the drawer of like a cabinet, like here, and there'd be papers that no one could see because they were in the drawer. They were in the drawer. Now we're at 52. 3. Yeah, 3. And I just want to say a round out for Loki. Lewis, do mobile phone wallpaper so the ladies can see you every day. Yeah, somebody needs to do that for me. You could do it or don't even do it. Hey, I'm going to take a break and get some water. Okay? I'm going to say that. You played Sir John Macdonald. No, that wasn't his name. It was from the 1970s when the Queen spoke in front of what is that thing called? The where they all met. I got to go get a drink of water. Okay. All right, I'm back. Autumn breeze is what I need, says Mark J. Yeah, have something cool. Everybody, let's get some water. So you're not like Lewis Schaffer and don't have an aggressive action. There's so many things we need. Let's let things build. Are things building? I don't know if things are building. I think that there may be, I don't know. I thought that someone was modding out the duller comments. No, we got no mods here. We've got no mods. Nah, sometimes they just don't show. God knows why. Why? I don't know. Brian, that's the guy. Brian Mulrooney. Thank you, Keith. A round of applause for Keith. No need for water when you have Russian water. That's vodka. That's what vodka means. It means water. Lucy says, you should record some novelty ringtones, Lewis. What I'm saying. What is that I'm saying? It's Team World. Do we? I think that's old school ringtones. Nobody calls each other on the phone anymore. If I get a call on the phone, it means that somebody usually, you should text me before you call me on the phone, because I might be naked in bed, basically. Judith says this whole thing would sell to a very niche audience. Yeah. I mean, but people did buy stuff on the, from headliners. The point is, what is the point? The truth is, women are horrible. You said it, Judith. Yeah, women are horrible. You are horrible. But I love you anyway. Do I have to say, oh, you're not horrible? Everybody knows that everybody's horrible. I say men are horrible, too. Men are horrible. But, yeah. But why can't I say it? But you're not allowed to say it. That is the point. Maybe that's what we should discuss now. That's the point. That, men don't understand women. And all we want is for you not to be mad at us. That's all we want. Please do not be mad at us. I prefer women. Men are too rough. Yeah. Women are generally nicer until they're not nice. And then you can't believe how rough they can be. And they may not do it themselves, but they can call the police. They can call their brothers. And the next thing you know, you're in big trouble. Maltese Phil. That's true. Lewis Schaffer sat-nav would be disastrous. Yeah, you would. Yeah, it would be pretty bad. Probably bad. I mean, because I'm getting older, I get on so many times. I take the train. Like the other day, I had to get the blood test. Maybe the results are back. Oh my God, let me see if the results are back. I had to get to Tessagel Center. The Tessagel Center there, and I get on the whatever bus. I'm not gonna say what bus, but next thing you know, I'm in front of the other hospital on the other side. And then I get to the blood center place, and I hadn't filled out the form properly. So they said, we can't treat you today. So, I mean, I don't even get upset anymore. Women aren't necessarily horrible, says Jules, but as they say, there is no fury like a woman scorned. That's the history of the world. Yeah, and I've had a woman, I've scorned women, and I've seen how really angry they are. Just like proper angry. And you say, well, what is that woman's motive for acting that way? What is the woman's motives? Medical records, let me just see. Clinical studies, medication, order repeat. What is the motive? What is the motive? The motive is they were scorned. Women are scorned. Men, we realize, and men can be bad too. You scorn a man, and but an insane man, a normal guy goes, "Oh, of course she didn't like you, Lewis. Of course she didn't like you. I was in love with this woman. I thought I was in love, and she wasn't in love with me. I should hunt her down. No, she didn't like me. What can I do about it? I did read a story of a woman who had a one-night stand with a guy and made his life hell for like 15 years. Yeah, Lewis, you look so hot. And this is somebody else. Okay. So here is the point. The point is, yeah, it's like, I've told the story so many times because it was so memorable, and I didn't even understand why it was memorable. But on the corner of 72nd Street and Madison Avenue, right across the street from where I saw Mayor Giuliani, before he was the mayor. And there was a woman who had set up a table, like an information table, which had pictures of this guy who lived in the building upstairs. I don't know what his address was, 2535 East 72nd Street, a really posh building in New York, saying, this guy, Jerome Kerwitz, maybe that's not his name, Jerome Smith, he is a rape, whatever he is. And she actually believed this. She was saying he was. And I got close to the thing, and there was a big sign that said that this man did bad things to me in 1953. And then I married him, and we were married for 40 years. Some kind of insane stuff going on there. Okay, I've been to Tessagel. Very nice. 1 in the morning last year. What are they building next to it? Actually, I think it's a school, but they didn't tear down both. They didn't tear down both of the buildings. Both of the buildings. Judith said something funny. Let's see what Judith says. Let's see. Did I not read everything? They're saying something, but I can't understand it. Just don't fight with them in the kitchen. Yeah, Mark J says. Only joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, you got to be joking. And even then you shouldn't be joking. But that's what's good about women. But when a woman loves you and they tell you that they love you and you feel love, there's no greater feeling than to be loved by a woman. But then you say something. You say, what did I just say? What did I just say? And then they extrapolate all sorts of information. Men can be terrible. That's why I date them, right? Women are horrible. Men are terrible. How about that? Does that make sense? Women are horrible. Men are terrible. Yeah, I think that's the essence of it. Let me see if I can see this. Book an appointment, your health care, your appointments, repeat orders, medical records, medication reminders, patient services, health advice. What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? I used to be able to look at this thing. It's called patient services. Book an appointment, book healthcare services, your appointments, repeat orders, medical records. How about that? Could be medical records. Did anything come in? Test results. Looking for my test results from yesterday. Yes. From 11. You want to hear the test results? You want to? What can't you believe, Joodles? Okay. I tried some raw brisket, but it was too tough to chew. Is this expected? Yeah, that's what teeth are for. You want to look great like Lewis Schaffer, you got to be able to chew your teeth. I mean, chew with your teeth. Yeah. Richard B. Where are you from, Richard B. again? Thank you for joining us. Have you subscribed to our feed? Have you liked this thing? Can you all like this thing? You don't have to if you don't want to. Okay. We're going to check with the diabetes, see what my diabetes is. Last time it was 37. 37. That's called the HbA1c. Are you keeping track of this? Brisket is tough when it's cooked. And then it's desecrated when, never mind raw. Yeah, I eat my meat raw. Go to Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. Go to Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. Go to Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. And you will see Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. Lewis at Twitter. Let me see if I can fix this thing, get this thing there. And you will see red meat, desecrated beef. Yeah, when you cook meat, Joodles, the meat gets dried out. That's why you have to put ketchup and sauce and mustard, all that stuff on it because it's got moisture. I had some salt beef this morning. This evening, I will have some Silverside roast beef, cold. I mean, I eat that. It's still better than eating plants, but cooked meat is never moist. Go. That's why we put ketchup on it, which is just adding sugar to it. I don't understand what the point of it is. I know Lewis is against it, but I put brisket in my slow cooker. After 8 hours, it's falling apart and delicious. I had that when I was a kid. It was boiled and cooked forever. Throw in a smoker for 10 to 12 hours. It is to die for. Yeah, brisket's delicious. Meat is delicious. But is brisket way worse than the most expensive Wagyu beef? The answer is no. No. I found it in Lidl, but too tough for me. Yeah, that's where I get it from, Richard B. Where are you from, Richard B? Hello, Daddy. Sorry you don't like this, Daddy Bannister, but that's just the way it is. That's what I'm saying, Tittles. What do you think about people saying the British Museum needs to return the artifacts? F them, that's what I say. F them. F them. I'm pretty sure we didn't steal it. We didn't sneak it out in the dead of night. We didn't do that. And we're looking over it. And the reason you know about those countries and those horrible places is because we, the British people, have it. I love Britain. I love the English. There it goes. Islington. Very, very fancy. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what do you guys? I don't want to talk about that. I want to find out so it's actually, it actually has gone up a little bit. It's a 39, which is normal. It was down to 37 before. And then basically I've been 39. We're talking about my HbA1c. They were gifts to Queen Victoria, probably. Yes, because those people didn't have anything to give us. And what did we English people, British people do for those countries? Some was definitely stolen. Probably it was. But maybe most of it wasn't. Anyway, the point is that what did they have to give us? And we kept it alive for them. What's that song? you know, your hopes and dreams, I kept them safe for you, or alive for you. Who was that? What song is that? Of New York. Of New York. 28 days. What does 28 days again? Kinsey said she spent 62 pounds on 3.5 grams of ribeye roast. Got 12 steaks out of it. So what does that mean? That's about 6 pounds of steak. 5 pounds of steak out of it. Each one weighing at least, oh, they were big steaks. Yeah, well, whatever it was, if you got 12 of them, that means each of the steaks was between 350. Yeah, you don't, but don't cook it. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. Am I telling you what to do? Why do you? I'm going to get into trouble. They're gonna rescind my medical license. But Richard's in Islington. Now, do you live in a council flat or in a nice flat? You don't know. Do you live in a big house? Don't tell us. We don't want to know. We don't want to know. Because we've got some rich followers here. We've got some poor, broke ones who see their country being taken from them. Some of it was definitely stolen, says Lucy. Yeah. Okay. What does 28 days mean? Kinsey is saying to Maltese Phil. What are you saying there? Yeah, I tried to... you know what it is? The reason it tastes better, why cooked meat tastes better, because it's got little bits and pieces of it, and it's a bit rotten. And if you eat rotten food, your body thinks, holy cow, this guy is so hungry. He must really be, he must be so hungry because he's eating rotten food. And then the body adjusts for that. I got this thing in my face. See how that works. How about that? How about that? Yeah. Is it briskets that's used to make salt beef? I assume so. It's the cheapest cut of the beef. The Jews weren't always the richest people in the world. I know you think Jews are super rich, but the ones who were so poor. What is the HbA1c? What does 39 mean? I'm familiar with 5 to 6 A1C. Well, HB is just the way you measure whether your body, how it's dealing with the sugar over a 3-month period of time, I guess, maybe 3 months. And so you can Google that. What it means is, it's like my HbA1c before. I'll tell you what the highest level it was. Remember, it was really high. No, it could be 50, whatever. And you don't want that. It's blood glucose. It's blood glucose. Kerry says she couldn't eat raw meat. Okay, you can't. I didn't think I could eat raw meat, but I do now. Raw meat. I eat it. I'm 1/4 Jewish and poor. Yeah. Yeah, but they say, oh, Jews are so rich. That's why we're killing them, because they own everything. That's why fuck you. Sorry for saying that. 30% tariff on Europe, maybe. What, from America? Yeah. Well, we're not part of Europe. Are we part of Europe? No, we're not. So that. The point is, what do you want to know about HbA1c, Jim Johnson? Is you live in Texas, you probably have diabetes. Have you been tested? And there's a way when you test your blood sugar, like I test my blood sugar, and it's about 4.7 to 5, maybe, and that's really good. But it used to be 6.3, 5.9. And that's a one-time test. You test it in the morning, you test it in the evening. So 43 is a decent glucose reading in the UK. Well, mine's 39, but it used to be in the 5s or the 6s. It used to be so high. So I'm fight. Yeah, you fight type 2. And how do you fight type 2, Jim Johnson? Who knows what Lewis Schaffer says about fighting type 2 diabetes? What is it? What is it? Who knows? Let's all answer together. What do we do to fight diabetes? Is anybody going to answer? No one's answering. Keto and low carb. Exactly right. Try not to eat sugars, any kinds of sugars. Diet and exercise. Yeah, the right diet and exercise. Lose weight. That's so true. Kinsey says she doesn't have to fight diabetes. Well, you should always fight it to make sure you don't get it, because one day you'll wake up and you say, why is my blood sugar level so high? Why do I have warts and athlete's foot and whatever I got? Sometimes I fall off the wagon, but I'm back on it. Yeah. I'm doing really well now. I'm doing really well. But you know it's there. Insulin dependent, but neither type. What does that mean, insulin dependent? Why are you taking insulin? if you're neither type 1 or type 2. Why? Stop eating carbs, and you won't have to take insulin. That's really bad. Carney, unless you have type 1, but also stop doing carbs. Stop eating sugar, stop taking potatoes and starch, whatever. Am I right? Carney is trying to join the EU, but no one here in Canada asked for it. Yeah, because he hates America. He hates America. Did I just get really excited there? And they elected him. They elected him. Because it's a police state, Canada. My pancreas failed. Why did it fail? Why did it fail? Pancreases just don't fail. But why did it fail? Okay? People, because you eat a very high... Anyway, let's pray for Scott. Carney, okay. Eat metal. Cast iron perfectly. Pig iron if you can't find cast iron. Or use a cast iron plate. Scott says his pancreas failed. I was told I was type 2. Then they told me I didn't. Yeah, because it goes up and it goes down depending on the schmutz that you're eating. But if you eat type 3 is what they call Alzheimer's, type 3 diabetes. But that's just a saying. Anyway, that's why we have to fight diabetes by being on a low-carb diet all the time. All the time. You can't say I'm going to have a bad day. No, all the time. Okay? And do you believe the NHS? I wouldn't believe them. Do you believe the NHS? Do you believe the NHS? Carney is Team World. Yes, he is. Carney is Mr. Team World. Mr. Team, is he a manly man? No, he's not. Team World are not manly men. Not manly men. Okay, Doc has put it down to drinking. Yeah, so stop drinking. Stop drinking right now. You don't want to lose your pancreas. Carney's cutting taxes and immigration. Is he doing that? Is he cutting taxes? Is he cutting immigration? I don't believe it. No. I don't believe it. No. No. With a lead plate. What is that for? Too much drinking. Yeah. So you stop your drinking, MC Scott, and stop eating carbs and go on an all meat diet and see if your pancreas can come back. How come when I feel ill, I feel like I need carbs? Because we've been brought up on that stuff, and because we remember how happy we were when we're sick and our mother brought us an orange juice or a tea with so much sugar in it, or bought us a candy because we were sick. That's why you don't need it. You don't need carbs when you feel ill. It's a lie, a lie. They lie to you. Oh my God, do I hate these people. They're such liars. We do not eat carbs. It's autoimmune, not pre. What does not pre mean? Okay, my uncle was the injection type, and more people. Look at the chart. There's a chart for the number of people who are type 1. It's going up. Why is type 1 going up? I quit years ago, Lewis, been clean. So what about the carbs that you're eating? What about carbs? Yeah, don't be. Somebody's saying that I'm being an ass. I'm sorry, I'm being an ass because it really bothers me. Pancreas want to grow back. Yeah, pancreas. Oh, it won't grow back or will grow back. It can grow back. Sometimes it can, if you treat it really well. How old are you, Scott? MC Scott had an undiagnosed type 2 and pancreatitis. Doc assumed it was from drinking. Was not. I eliminated sugar, and especially corn syrup, and got control. Yes, you have to go further. All sugar. Potatoes are sugar. Carrots are sugar. Bread is sugar. You got to stop everything. Sorry, that's what you got to do. That's what Dr. Lewis Schaffer says. Do you prefer Carney or Trudeau? What kind of question is that? Do you prefer being hit in the head or being shot in the stomach? Yeah, so well done, Jim. Fight for your pancreas. Pancreatitis. What is itis? It just means an irritation. Why is it an irritation? Because we're eating stuff we shouldn't be eating. Lewis, not an ass, just impassioned. I'm impassioned because you couldn't believe how ugly and fat, and I couldn't get out of bed, and I was limping around, and my gums were bleeding. You can see that my teeth were falling out. Teeth were falling out. I had full body psoriasis. I had a sleep apnea machine. I'm not even confuddled. I've been there. Can't stop carrots or potatoes. Well, Mike, you got to learn. You got to learn. Richard B. Do you ever drink alcohol, Lewis? Don't say anything. I had 3 Pims at the Christmas party. 3 Pims. But no, you should. I don't drink. I drink maybe once a month or something, but not even that. I don't drink. My grandfathers were alcoholics. This is Jenny. She's 5'3", yes, 7 stone, 13, and I've been a vegetarian for 33 years. Are you doomed? Well, how old are you? Tell us how old you are. Yeah, you're doomed. I mean, you're not completely doomed, but you're not doomed. Oh, this is somebody new. Jess Franco. Of course, he prefers carne. Me, do I prefer carne? It doesn't matter who's the prime minister of that country. They're all globalists. They don't love Canada. They don't love the state. They don't love each other. They're importing millions of people who hate the country. Pancreas was mad because of my visceral fat around the liver and the abdomen. Yeah, well, Jim, how do you get visceral fat? By eating a high-carb diet. A high-carb diet, that's what it is. But thank you, Jess Franco, is somebody new. Thank you. The 78 grams of milk tray had no alcohol in it. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I can be bad, but I keep track of it, yeah. I used to have every single day 350 grams or 400 grams of sugary foods. And when I say sugar, I mean carbs. So there you go. Oh, carne. Oh, I get it. I didn't even see that. You're so funny. Thank you very much. That who said that. That was so funny. Of course, I prefer carne. I require insulin and Creon. Your liver isn't storing enough energy. Livers don't, so you're quick on direct from your muscles. You wear out quickly, MC Scott. Every time I mention this, because I shouldn't have mentioned it. I shouldn't have mentioned it. I had 3 tiramisus. Diet, sleep, and exercise, says Mark Thorosian, is the way to our longevity. Research suggests that immune systems is strong. It could fight off any disease or infection, but we get sick because we don't nourish it properly. Basically, that's true. Get on the raw brisket. That's Lewis Schaffer saying that. That's what I'm eating. Get on the raw brisket. You asked if Denmark should control Gridland. I say U.S. control the islands, the mainland. U.S. should control it. We're stronger than these people. Yeah, I don't really believe that, but you know what I mean? Why should the Danish people be controlling those people? I eat 1 meal a day, steak or eggs, sausages and eggs with some cheese. Do you approve, Lewis? Basically, yeah. I eat 6, 7, 8, 10 eggs a day, plus, raw beef and raw eggs. Thank you, Kinsey. I appreciate it. Richard B. is subscribed. I appreciate that. Susan Stevenson, who agrees with me on many different things. Lewis, I had an op and had to have 2 blood transfusions. When I was discharged, they told me to drink beetroot juice every day. What do you think? I'm against beetroot juice. It's toxic. Beetroots is toxic. That's probably what gave me. I mean, I don't know what they say. You got to listen to these doctors. But they're giving you transfusions. It's like transfusions is almost a death sentence. Lewis, so let's pray for you. Let's hope things go well. Lewis, this is like a military basic training diet, like in the movies, like the DI. Maybe it is, but that's what we need to do. But I love beetroot. I used to eat it boiled. I used to eat it fried in oil and vinegar. I used to eat it raw. I used to buy big bowls and peck them for £1, but it's really bad for you. Are you drinking raw eggs now? This is another new person. Oskachu. Where are you from? Don't tell us, Oskachu. But I eat raw eggs, yeah. I have 5 or 6 raw eggs. Completely raw. I don't use any. I just put them in the bowl, and I put a little Parmesan cheese in there, and I love it. No bread, potatoes, dessert. Yeah, you're good. You know who else is good about this? Claire tells me she's good about this. I'm trying to be good about this. Rocky 3 with the eggs. Raw eggs. Yeah, raw eggs. I mean, be careful. Make sure you're careful, but raw eggs. What's going down the sink, Susan Stevenson, I'm a Lewis Schaffer's a big fan. The irony of your shirt being full of lemons. Yeah. I mean, you don't need fruit. Lemons used to be tiny. And now they're bigger. They used to have less sugar, and now they got more sugar. Leanne is here. Hey, Leanne. I mentioned before I have to send you your calendar. I haven't sent it yet. I'm bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. I drink pure lemon juice. Is that bad for me? Probably not too much, because your stomach is just as acidic as lemon juice. It's a very acidic stomach. Probably drinking cold water is probably worse than drinking lemon juice, maybe. What do you think about that, lemon juice? U.S. can keep, for instance, the Virgin Islands they brought from Denmark and promised to stay out of Greenland. Yeah, is that what the promise was? Maybe, I mean, if Denmark wanted us to do something, maybe they should have been stronger in World War II. I duck. What do you duck about? One duck. The beetroot juice, as you said it was toxic. Yeah, I think beetroot juice is slightly toxic. Over time, you will get kidney stones. You will get kidney stones. Don't look at me. You've got a whole computer. Look, I've got a computer here. You've got a computer. You can Google any of this. Let's say Lewis Schaffer says that beetroot juice is toxic, slightly toxic, that it has oxalates or lectins or something in it. What's the real story? Oh, I see. Here's a joke. Mark tells a joke. You want to read a joke? Go read Mark's joke. I have read that as you get older, your stomach gets less acidic. So having lemon juice is great, or apple cider vinegar. I haven't heard that. And you know something? I don't believe it. They just want to sell you something. Because they believe in the little things cause disease, or the little things can cure disease. I don't believe that. But Jules likes your joke, Mark. Yeah. Don't point at us. That's what he's saying. That was I pointing at you. You have a computer. You can check it. Lewis, when are you going to tell us what's number one in the Latin hot jazz? I don't like Latin hot jazz. I'm sorry. I grew up in New York. I don't like it. Unsubscribe. Who's unsubscribing? Richard B is just subscribed. That's so great. Thank you for subscribing. I pour lemon on everything. Yeah. Jews against juice. I'm a Jew again. I don't believe in juice. And most of the time it's got too much sugar in it, especially lemonade. And I used to drink this stuff. Squid Girl, Inkvader. Hello there. If you put an egg without cracks in a boiling water for a minute, the boiling water will kill any salmonella on the shell. That's where it resides. And the raw eggs inside will be safe to eat. Yeah, that's extra protection. If you want to do extra protection, that's extra protection. Maybe. I never heard that. But there's salmonella, everything. Everything is. I'm covered in salmonella. You're covered in salmonella. Everything that I get, if I pick something dirty up on the street, it's got salmonella. Okay. We got salmonella. Gloria Estefan. Is she back? Wow. She was so beautiful, Gloria Estefan. Anyway, she was Cuban, so it was a different kind of thing. It wasn't, Reading isn't his strong point, Lucy. What did Lucy say? Latin hot jazz. Latin. I'm not looking what that is. Anyway, the point is, I eat raw eggs. I take the shell, I break the shell, I take the whites away, and I have just the red bit. The red bit. Has everyone liked the stream? Can we like the stream? Everybody, please. Can we like it? Squid Vader. Where is Squid Vader? Where are you from, Squid Girl? Where is Oskachu? Where is Oskachu from? Okay. Oh my God, we're one subscriber away from 900. God, that is so good. Thank you, Saturday. I guess, maybe that's, I don't know. Why is that good? I'm sweating buckets. I had my curtains closed all day and tried to keep it cool. That's exactly, I said that in the first part of the show. That's what British people have to do. Temecula, I've been to Temecula. Oh my God, she's from Temecula. I was there about 20, 30 years ago before. Probably it's all developed right now. It was so hot. Temecula's in, is it in Orange County or San Diego County? I know you in real life. Are you Oscar of, how many Oscars do I know? Are you Angela's Oscar? It's near San Diego, yeah. It's so beautiful. I love the desert. I love San Diego. I love the desert. I hate overbuilding. It's too hot and it's overdeveloped. Yeah, that's sad. But where am I going to move to if I have to get out of here because I'm a Jew? Where do I move to, Squid Girl? Do I come and live with you out there? I had been put on a bra for the DPD man coming. You had to put on a bra. He's been. Please, let's not be too dirty. Let's not be dirty. I want to move to England. Well, I would say you're making a mistake to move to England. Nothing personal. It's a great country. It's a great country. Bakersfield. Yeah, I've been to Bakersfield. I went to. Wait, no, what is Bakersfield? Bakersfield's not the capital. What's the capital of California? Can't you move to America? I can move to America, but where? Where? I can move back to New York, but why? Where? I'm always thinking about this. I was watching Tucker Carlson. I love this country. You can always move in with us, Lewis. Okay. Did you see that? She said that. So she said that. Squid Girl. Yeah, I could maybe travel the country. Squid Girl and do gigs. I'd have to set it up, though. Israel, I can move to Israel. Israel, never again. Never again. Never again. Jess Franker, where did you say you were from again? I just have underwear on. That's what Leanne says. Leanne says Poland. Yeah, I could move to Poland. Poland has more of a chance. More of a chance, basically. More of a chance. I'm not saying there's no chance here. I shouldn't even be talking like this. Bring in 1 million, Lewis, Americans to London, and it has a chance. Yeah, 1 million, yeah. 1 million. Keep 1 million, yeah. People should get as far away from the UK as they can. Milton Keynes is the place. Milton Keynes, no. I've been there. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But I don't believe in new towns. I like old towns. I like the old part of Stevenage and not the new one. We're twins again. Are you just wearing a bra? That's so wrong. That's so wrong. I don't want to think about that. Trump Gaza. Could be really nice. Yeah, Lewis. Do that underwear sound again. When you said you were, because it's just I'm thinking about you girls in the hot wearing a bra. Is that wrong? Is that wrong? You're wearing just knickers. You mean you're not wearing a bra, Leanne? You shouldn't talk like that to me. Where I live in Islington, I hear so many American accents. There seems to be a massive influx. Yeah, you hear it. You hear a lot. I mean, why shouldn't we? We speak the same language. But a lot of people believe that you're going to be that Americans, that England is not like America. It's going to be better, but it's not. I'm nothing personal. I'm saying bad things. You have a vest top on. Okay, that's really hot. That's really hot. Yeah, that's really hot. I haven't worn underwear all day, says Lorna. Yeah, what can you wear? That's why I'm wearing this shirt. It's hot. Is the sun blocked? This is bad that I'm thinking dirty thoughts. Think of all those rosy cheeks. Let's go back to what we were talking about before. About diabetes. Oh, we were looking at the thing and my health report. So my health report is slightly worse for the diabetes. I wish it was low as possible, but 37 sounds pretty low. We're talking about that, the underpants. The U.S. Constitution would help a lot of places. Yeah, it helps America. Here in this country, there's no freedom of speech. So it's like they're eliminating the jury system here. The jury system. That's really bad. More Americans is fine. Thank you, Jess. Sorry, I've lowered the tone. You didn't lower the tone. My thinking in my head lowered the tone. You want to call me, I don't know, Slumbert was pissed about the Greenland thing. Yeah, screw them. I mean, why should the Danish people do it? They're thousands of miles away. If Greenland is ever attacked by anybody, do you think that they would defend Greenland? I don't think they would. Do you support our local team? Chris King, that's Kinsey's, whatever it is. Do you support our local team, Richard B? What's the local team? What TF? No jury system. U.S. inherited the jury system from the U.K., Jim Johnson. Yes, that's what's happening in this country. Warning. Well, you can't say anything. The police might be... I said some joke. I made some joke the other day. And you could call the police. And a criminal something. They could write down in my diary that I had offended somebody. Arsenal, is that your team? Denmark stealing all our fish. I'm no fan. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Simon Arnold. Where you been hiding, Chris King? Thank you, by the way. The saddest thing is speech crimes. Yeah, it's really sad. And if you can't have free speech, that means, and other people aren't having free speech, it means we don't know what the truth is. We don't know what the truth is. And both of those sides believe in it, left and right, whatever they are. That's why we need something stronger than the Tories. I forget we're with like-minded people. Yeah. Most of the people here, we're not going to get into an argument. Come on, you goys. You goys. That's Arsenal. That's Arsenal. Winning friends and influence people. Non-crime hate incident. It's in the name. It's not a crime. Thank you, Keith Bexley. It's not a crime. It's not a crime. But they think social cohesion is the most important thing, even if it means social cohesion comes at losing England, losing Ireland, losing Wales, losing the Angles, the Saxons, the Celts, the Cumbrians, right? That's what it means. Right, that's what it means. I mean, I don't think all of you agree with me. You can make a case why I'm wrong. This is why you're wrong, and I might agree with you. If it's not a crime, then why are people in jail for it? That's a good question. They're in jail for it. They're in jail. And they're so smug. Keir Starmer is like the smuggest person. Remember, Jim Johnson, remember where you're living, you're American up there in Texas, is if I get arrested, you could say, you know what, the great American comedian has no freedom of speech there. And they go, in England? In England? That's why we have to fight for this country. And this is a very good country, but very good country. One more, and it'll break yesterday's records. Joodles. What is one more what? You're a gooner. Oh, dear Jesus. He's saying that about... I'm not a gooner. I'm not a gooner. I'm an Eagle. I'm a Crystal Palace supporter, mainly. Remember, if it's not a crime, tell them to F off and come back with a warrant of charges. Carissa Maida. That's somebody new. You knew. Well, that's actually brilliant. Thank you for saying that. Tell them, I've gotten that advice. Can I mention who I got that advice from? Tell them to F off. But then they'll F off. Then you're on a list. Then they're watching you because they've been told to do it. It's like when they sent the police in to stop the strikers in the 1970s. Okay, I'm a Man United supporter, says Leanne. Followed my granddad through good times and bad. I really just sorted football through, to be honest. Yeah, well, that's good. I like Man United. I don't like Man City because they're taking they took the money. People could be offensive. If people can be offensive, I could give a damn. It's free speech. People can ignore, agree, or mock. The whole idea is outrageous. They don't want us to speak freely because they don't want people to know what's happening to this country. And we know. We know what's happening. Lewis and Joodles, I'm embarrassed to say when football is on, I'm hooked. Don't be embarrassed, Chris King. I love football. I think it's one of the best things about this country, football. English Premiership football, one of the best things. Relegation and promotion, the best thing about this country is that you're playing and you don't play well enough, and next year you're going to play with somebody else, right? You're going to play with somebody else. Joodles likes Chris. Joodle says, me too, Chris. Which team do you like? Well, welcome. So what did you say? You're a longtime Headliners fan. Thank you. Thank you, Charissa Maida. Charissa Maida. Charissa Maida. Where are you from, Charissa Maida? Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? And you're welcome here. Oh, Mike has subscribed, so we got 2. I think that's 8. That's 900. No, we're not stopping yet. We'll stop at the end of the show. We'll have a thing. Lewis, would you do a zombie apocalypse? My prepper gear is just a bottle of whiskey and a gun. What is a zombie apocalypse? Okay, they need to bring headliners back, Richard B. See, I don't watch anything on GB News now. You know what? You know what? I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And then it changed. Banbury. I performed in Banbury. My friend Paul lives in Banbury. My friends Richard and Anna live mostly in Banbury, and a houseboat there. Okay. What? I love Cressida. What are they saying about Cressida? Wait a second. Did anyone attempt the ELO concert? Okay. Well, so I agree. They don't need to. Well, let's see what they're saying. I lost my place. I'm going to start down here. What is your height and weight, Krista made? House rules. Laugh out loud. Don't. She might not want to say because we're talking about food. Fair play. Yeah, I meant to come to see you and Leo, but was working. Yeah, great. But yeah, totally miss headliners. I do too. Zombie apocalypse. Here we go. Is the Labor Party conference. What exactly does it mean? You're 6'2" and too much. So let's lose weight together. We're losing weight. Lucy has lost like 4 kilos in the past 2-3 weeks. She's done great. I only watch Patrick Christie late edition when Lewis is on. Thank you, Squid. That's nice. You can do that. I don't care. I don't watch anything else on GB News, and don't feel embarrassed if you do watch anything else. I miss headliners so much. Is there talks about getting the band back together again? No, there's no talks. And no, there's no talks. Sorry. Giving Josh Howie that chair was the death of headliners. Take my picture. This is my look. Okay. I once went out with a bin dipper, and Jesus Christ, the arguments. What does that mean? What is a bin dipper? What is a bin dipper? Anyway, that's easier. Anyway, so what are we looking at? We're looking at, liver function test. You want to look at the liver function test? Do you care about this? I don't think you care about this thing. I don't think you care. I don't think you care. I don't think you care. Normal. It says normal. It says normal. Show comment. Normal. I mean, I don't think I've got time to look at. I'm looking at my lab test results. I had my lab test at Tessajal yesterday. A bin dipper is a Liverpudlian. Okay. I love those people. They did, I guess I do. They're a little bit sensitive about things. Like the Northern Irish, very sensitive. Very sensitive. I do sense that Patrick has a ball with you, other two, with me on late edition. I think he has a good time. I really like him. He's a good guy. He's honest. I like him. And he cares. He cares a bit too much. Get some unsuitable people together and do your own tube show. It doesn't work that way. What made the show good is we knew we shouldn't be discussing it. Okay? We shouldn't be discussing it. And we knew we were being watched. We knew we could get, you're going to discuss your liver test. No. Well, maybe privately. You can send me a message or something. Lewis Schaffer 2 at gmail.com. That's my email address. If you want to send me an email, Lewis Schaffer, one word, the number 2 at gmail.com. That's my email thing. We are sensitive, Jules. Yeah, you are sensitive. Lucy too. And you think you're bulletproof, but you also think you're sensitive. You are definitely sensitive, people up there, because you've been through some bad times. Okay, I don't care about the liver test. I'll look at them later. Full blood count, serum ferritin. No. So the only thing that's been posted is the full blood count. That's not the cholesterol. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. I don't understand what all the blood stuff means. I don't know what it means. But the thing that matters is my hemocrit. And my hemocrit is normal. Okay, which is good news. White cell count, how is that doing? White cell count is good. Oh, it looks good. It's in normal range. It's good. My white cell count. And that's because I'm eating so much stuff. I know, Kinsey. Reading isn't his strong point. It's not. Are you saying that about me? But so Squid Girl says, Patrick Christie can't stop laughing when Lewis is on. He looks like a deer in the headlights half the time. Yeah, because it's comedy. I'm meaning it to be comedy. I want people to like me. But it also might be true, might not be true. But also, if I say something, Joodles, you can talk me out of it. You know? Not all the time, but sometimes you can. Headlines deteriorated when the studio layout changed. That is so true. It's not meant, comedy's not meant to be in a big place. That's why this is funny, if it could be funny. I'm not saying it's funny. But because we're right in this together. Doing away with the bad boys desk and the teacher figure, Andrew. Yeah, totally right. What band's here at Cookstown tonight? Judah, she can't go see because she doesn't live in Northern Ireland. Lewis, are we helping you make money? No, but you're making the days go faster, so that's good. This is free entertainment. Yeah, you could donate money to me if you want to. You can go to my Patreon account if you know how to do that. Patreon account. Everything is a graph. Everything can fall into a graph. Yeah, what is that about? Upper Cookstown. So, Charisameda, have you considered Timcast in real life? Style show. Any news? Not just papers, panel guests for 2 hours. Very successful. It just, you know what? I watch that show a lot, but it's a lot of work. I don't want to have this to be a lot of work. I just want this to be us. I'm enjoying just doing this. I can go on for hours and hours. You know? Headliners had an ice hockey game table, but you didn't play it. Had an ice hockey game table and headliners. I don't understand that. My chum's nephew's girlfriends are both Catholic, and they and their parents went to the bands in the Bangor today. I was impressed. Yeah, because maybe it doesn't matter between the Catholics and the Protestants, because the truth is that the royal family of Britain doesn't care about Protestants, and the Catholics see the writings on the wall for Ireland, and it's not the Protestants that's doing it. Patrick looks like that because he is getting told in his ear to draw attention away from Lewis's ranting. That could be it, yeah, because they know. What is Lewis Schaffer going to say? Why am I on the show? Keith lived up there in I don't know. Fair play. Where did you say you're living, Charismeta? What did you say? But yeah, maybe we could do something like that. I'd like to be invited on a show, but I'm never invited on a show. Maybe it's a bit too scary for them. What would we do if you found a partner that you want to spend half of your time with? What, on the show here? Yeah, it's better for you guys that we're here. Just down the road, Keith. Say it again, Lewis. Say what again? Did Charis Meta, did she say where she's from? Did you say where you're from? Let the Protestants and the Catholics get along. Let them get along. Let everybody get along. Okay? Let everybody get along. I did say I love you part-time, Leanne. Well, thank you very much. I love you full-time. Well, I don't love you full-time, but I could love you. I could love... That is really great. I mean, that's what's happened with this program is I just basically think, wow, I want you all. Deriachi, like that, with a ch. Where is that? Up the road. Is it up the road? Is it near Kerry, near Derry? Kind of the same as 5th of November for England. What happened the 5th of November, Archie? Joodles. Okay, I'm gonna take a break of 2 minutes. Can I just wash my face? Because I'm running out of steam, or should I just sit here? What happened the 5th of November? Lambeg. Where is Lambeg? I usually know where most places are. Yes, Lewis, go. Okay. I'll be right back. I gotta fill up with more water. Remember the 5th of November. Oh, I see, like a big bonfire party. Yeah, they didn't like the guy. He was a Catholic because Catholics were a threat to Protestantism, or they were a threat to the king. Yeah. I ate Hash Lewis. Okay, all right. My favorite chippy was in Lamberg, Archie. Talk amongst yourselves. Oliver Cromwell. Yeah, and he went a bit too far. Did he not go too far, Oliver Cromwell? They had to let the king come back. He did a bad job. You want me to read it? Okay. A round of applause. A round of applause. Josh went from looking like my religious ed teacher to actually looking fairly professional. Yeah. Yeah. And the show went downhill. Not, I mean, it was, I'm not trashing the guy anyway. Lambeth drum, one of the drums used by the Orange bands. Oh, they're having these things up there. Well, when the Protestants march with the Orangists or whatever they are, that's how you know we're in trouble. Well, we are in trouble. They should be marching with each other. Christians should forget their differences because the real common threat is from Team World and the other people who are coming, who aren't Team World people, who don't believe in lesbianism and all that other stuff. Right? That's so true, Wantanai. That is true. That they need to get together. I support Christianity, because the Christians are the friends of the Jews and the English people, and this is the native land. That's what we have to do. I'm looking at the results here. I don't see any. I don't see the results I need to see, which is the renal results. So they may not have been. That's about it. Just three tests. I don't know what happened to the other test. Kerry, you're totally right. But you know what it is. I mean, he's got this place. The rest of the entire day, 21 other hours. Orange Man, GB News, do a whole show on the day. Yeah. I didn't want to mention the other face in case I'd get done for hate speech. Yeah, that's the country we live in. Me too. I didn't even say. And you know what faith I'm talking. The GFR, right? The EGFR. I don't have the results for that. The EGFR. So many of us, even in the 80s and the 90s, couldn't give a shite, what and I. We all got on fine. Yes, some bad people decided they wanted to ruck, and the rest is history. Yes, okay, it's coming back. We need one country, the country of Celts and Orange Men and Angles and Saxons and Jutes, people who are living in Britain, who love this country, who want to see women's hair and want to see women going out on the rant or whatever they call it. This is one of the best things I've ever read. Lucy is still screaming. What is this one of the best things? What is it one of the best things? Okay, stay right there. Stay right there. Okay. How do you pronounce your name? Charizameda. 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 Because I can't. How do you pronounce that? All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna go. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Jenny said, "Yep. It's the other people have clearly stated that the first target is the Saturday people and then the Sunday people." Yeah, I've heard that said. They're going after the Saturday people, then the Sunday people, and then the Monday people. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Warning, warning sign. What is that song? That song from the Talking Heads. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find that song. I'm going to see if I can find that song. Hold on, I'm going to go listen to this. Okay. All right. All right, it's chair time. I had to listen to the song. It's called Warning Sign by the Talking Heads. Who remembers that song? Warning Sign, Warning Sign. Thank you, Jess. Okay. My granny and granddad lived on we're talking about this. 4 pubs, 2 Catholic, 2 Protestant. We all went in each other's. It wasn't a thing. Well, the fact we had each other's, they shouldn't have been each other. There should have been everybody's 4 pubs. Anyway, English people moved to Scotland. Yes, let's all live together. Warning sign, warning sign. Let me see what the lyrics to the song are. Do you remember this song? Warning sign by the Talking Heads. Let there be a warning to people who just make names up. Okay. Charisma and meta, charismeta, 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 charismeta. English is not yeehaw English. That's what charismeta, and whatever. Charismeta is now an official name in the English lexicon. Nearly 7 p.m. and still melting, yeah. Actually, I went out the back window here. It felt actually cool in the back, but here in the front it's hot. It's hot. DJ Schaffer's back. Thank you very much. Thank you really much. How are we doing in terms of? Let's see. Let's just check how many people have signed up. 899. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're really good. Has anybody heard that song? Warning sign, warning sign. Okay. So what we're saying here, what's good about this is I don't hate I'm a hateful person, but I don't hate Catholics and I don't hate Protestants. I don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care. Is that wrong? It's wrong for me to say I don't care. I remember the Talking Heads, also Depeche Mode, New Order, The Cure, yeah, all the best bands of the 1980s. Squid Girl, yeah, incredible. Really great times. I hadn't heard that song for a long time. No. Maybe it is. Is it her? I don't think it is her. I can't imagine her doing something like that, but I love Cressida. She's a bit mad at me. I don't know why she's mad at me. So what are we going to do? We're going to take a break right now, or we just took a break? We just took a break. Did any of you, here's a question that I have for you. And remember, if I ask a question, try to answer it, because otherwise I feel unloved. Judah says, I was chuffed to hear the Catholic friends went to the band today. Oh, wait a second. It's a healing, maybe. I've been away for 30 years. That's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for healings. We're hoping for Protestants and Catholics to get together. One team, basically two similar, one team. Yeah, she's not. She is. She isn't, you know. I don't know. She is. I don't know, yeah. Women they're mad at me. I don't know why they get mad at me. Are you mad at me, Lucy? Judal's mad at me. You know, people get mad at me. Anyway, do you remember the show, not yesterday, but the day before, where I spoke about being, I was criticized for what I said about disabled people, and I went on a long rant. I'm thinking I would like to put that up, but it's kind of like this. Ever since I did that, I haven't gotten any criticism from the disabled community. Ever since I criticized, what's his name? George Monbiot. Yeah, common denominator. That's what, yeah. There's common denominators between people. And after a while, it's silly fighting when we have bigger enemies to fight. We're fighting for our Ireland. You know, maybe you don't like, maybe because, you know, when did the Protestants arrive? 400 years ago, Lewis. Why do you always strive for absolution from randoms? It shouldn't matter, because my mother didn't love me. That's the answer to the question. And you're not a random. Yeah. Whatever it is. Yeah, my mother didn't love me. She didn't love me enough. So I want people to get along with each other. And when somebody criticizes me, I take it really personally. I wish I could just automatically go, no, F, whatever. It's like that. I want you know, I want to be loved. Basically. They will have to team up, Chris King. Yes, they will. Are you from Northern Ireland? Did you move up there? Yeah. Basically. So I was thinking, should I put that, if you have a chance to listen to that, it wasn't yesterday, which is Friday, it was Thursday. It was the 10th of July, the first hour of the program. I'm disabled and I think you're great, and think some people are skiving. Yeah. I mean, why should the state give money to any disabled? I'm disabled too. My mother was disabled. It's what kind of disabled are you? You told me this before. Stop being disabled. Be thin. Be thin and healthy, whatever the reason is. Okay? That's what we need to do. There was a woman who worked in our local Woolworths. She was in the pick and mix counter. She had 2 teenagers. She was 5'4", size 12. What did she weigh? Sweets. That's a good joke. It's a good joke. You moved from Highbury 19 years ago. Yeah, so you moved, yeah, blood pressure. Should we do the blood pressure? And what do you think about moving 19 years ago? Has it changed? Have you noticed any change? I love you, Lewis. You are Ruben. Hey, thanks for coming back, Ruben. You're my favorite. Yeah, I'm not really a Yank. I'm a New Yorker. No blood pressure. Why can't I measure my blood pressure? What is the point? The point is not everyone will agree with you, Lewis. You need to be able to cope with that because it's just the way life is. I guess it is, but I mean, I don't like that people are not agreeing with me, especially if they don't really understand what I'm saying. Basically, if they agree with me because I'm saying you are a bad person, and they go, okay, I don't agree with you. But if, let's say, they think I'm saying they're a bad person, I'm saying, I don't think you're a bad person. But you said I think I'm a bad person. I don't think you're a bad person. Okay, good things are happening over the water. Which water? Over in Northern Ireland. Unfortunately, it's changing at a pace. Nobody asked us, the people, yeah. Nobody asked us, says Chris King. Nobody asked us. And then you're wondering why we're upset. Nobody asked us. Nobody asked us. It's been going on for 30 years, this massive change, because they don't like us or you. They don't like the English people. Maybe that acted as a heat sink. What acted as a heat sink? Archie Klum. Good things are happening over the water. Yeah. Yeah, good things were happening, and if you let the country just develop, but and this country was getting better, I thought, for a while, and now you can't be sure. Maybe you can't be sure. I'm a registered disabled. Agree with you, Lewis. When it comes to PIP, there are so many claiming that are able to work. Yeah. I mean, when 25% of the people could get disability, that's too many people. And what percent of those people can one day say, I'm not disabled? I mean, look at me. They said you're depressed. I was about to go on disability in America. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I said, the reason I'm depressed is I don't have a job. I don't have a girl. This is many years ago. I don't have a job. I don't have a girlfriend. Okay. Judel said, sorry about that, Chris King. Chinese Elvis announced the other day there are no black or brown people in Northern Ireland. He's 20 years behind. Yeah. Blood pressure. Archie wants the blood pressure. I would like to measure my blood pressure because I'm just thinking about it. Did he read it really, Judels? Yeah, my friend. He could be wrong. We all can be wrong. We all could be wrong. I try to pay attention to what's going on in the world. Because I try to pay attention. Because that's what we do. That's what I do. We pay attention to that. Can I measure? I'm going to measure my blood pressure. Want to come to Merseyside, Lewis? What was in Merseyside? I've been to Manchester. Is that considered Merseyside? No, Liverpool is Merseyside. Yeah, but I've been there. Yeah, good on the Irish. Why fight for independence for all those years just to give it away to new people? Bless the Irish, showing the UK the way to go, Ruben. Yeah, I'm worried about N8 Virgo. Last time he was in here, he was talking about how much he looked forward to the show each day. Yeah, well, I don't have does anybody have his number? I mean, it can happen. People can get fed up. They can say, you know what, it's not going in the right direction. Or maybe their phone breaks and they don't have, whatever it is, they don't have internet. Is the lesser spotted there for my benefit, as I missed it earlier? I don't know what that means. Is the lesser spotted there for my benefit? 2 hours and 3 minutes. A pace that puts vast differences in a melting pot. Europe took a long time to come together, and still there's been divisions. But putting anti-European into the mix will only make things worse. Yeah. So at least some people know this. Most people think, oh, they're good people. They are good people, but they're not our people. Is that horrible to say? Horrible to say. Very strange, Lucy says. He was looking forward to the next show. Should we call the police? That's something that's quite scary. Yeah. Rubens was away for a few days. And, maybe because if people don't subscribe, like Mike just subscribed, then they can't be notified. I mean, there are lots of things that I used to listen to every single day that I don't listen to anymore. I mean, you can thank me later, Steve Cuff. This is what Judel says to Steve Cuff. The Monbiot analysis. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah. I mean, did you hear that? Did I sound incoherent? I'm a little afraid to put it up because I just thought it was, I think the Monbiot, yeah. But basically, I've heard nothing about it. Yeah, I've heard nothing about it. Analysis. I mean, maybe he was embarrassed by it. Lewis Schaffer kills comedy. Who said that? One of you guys said that. Lewis Schaffer kills comedy by using it because I made people laugh at the whole thing. They thought I was killing comedy. I was killing comedy. Did I see a clip of Margaret Thatcher, Kinsey, saying it's about 35 odd years ago. She knew then what would happen. Yeah, you could see it. Basically, you could see it. You could see it. I seen a clip of okay, yeah, that's what Kinsey says. Some guy called Enoch Powell warned us many years ago, and it's coming, and I fear for my lovely children. Yeah, I mean, I come on here and I think to myself, why should I tell you people to be afraid? Maybe it'll turn out all right. I have one common enemy. They have one common enemy in Northern Ireland. That's us, right? Some guy called Enoch Powell. Does anyone know N8 Nate on other platforms? Enoch Powell was right. I fear for my grandsons. Yeah, do you fear Columbus? Do you fear? Okay, Enoch Powell was more accurate on his predictions than even Nostradamus. Saw him on YouTube the other day. Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. It's not that people are bad people. It's just, we're in a country of strangers now, and some of the strangers don't like us. And we think we're being told to say there's no problem, basically. It's really, really sad. Thank you, Chris King. Any views on the Salt Path controversy? Ian Bunker's here. What is the Salt Path controversy, Ian? Producer? Salt Path. Hello? He's not answering me. Who wants to explain what Salt Path means? What is the scandalous Salt Path? Wynne lied about being made homeless, about which the circumstances under which she and her husband lost their home. Are you familiar with this, anybody? How did the Salt Path couple lose their money? So they're saying they were lying about this. Is that what it is? Rather than losing money in a bad business deal, as the book described, the newspaper said the couple had lost their home after Wynne had defrauded her employer of £64,000. Refunds as the Salt Path author pulls out of tour. This is really interesting. It's a book. It's a play starring Gillian Anderson. Oh, yeah, that's what was mentioned there. Did I tell you that I met her? Okay. So what if Enoch Powell was a closet gay? We're all closet gays. We shouldn't be gay, but we are closet gays. Slimy, bloody, horrible things. What illness is in the Salt Path? Okay. What is the Salt Path? Salt Path controversy declared. A woman's tragic memoir, The Salt Path, became a bestseller. Now she's been accused of hiding dark parts of her story. The Salt Path is a bestseller about a couple who became homeless and walked part of England's south coast. The hugely popular memoir was recently made into a film starring Gillian Anderson and Jason Isaacs. Its author, Raynor Wynne, has been accused of making up parts of the story. Why is this important to us? So they walked around the coast. Rainer Wynn wrote the best-selling book with her husband having an apparent terminal illness, so they went to a walk to find redemption. No, not interested in the story. Rianne Baston. Welcome back, Rianne. I've never heard of it. I never heard of it either, but now we're hearing it. It's with Gillian Anderson. Joodles, it's good for the outer layer of the peach. Makes it nice to know. This is not the same thing. It's a nice thing. Okay, so what is it saying? The book was written in 2018, and the British couple in their 50s who walked hundreds of miles after losing their home became an instant bestseller. Why did they lose their home? Said she had embezzled $86,000 or 64,000 pounds from her husband's company. What does that mean? So they had stolen all this money. But who did they steal it from? The movie adaptation of the story. It grossed $16 million worldwide, citing interviews with eight people with direct knowledge of what happened, including a former boss. The Observer reported Sunday that the couple had lost their home in the fallout from Wynn stealing 64,000 pounds while working as a bookkeeper in the mid-2000s. Ross Hemmings also said the Wynn's real names were I don't know if I should say what their real names was. Wynn was questioned but never charged in connection with the embezzlement, and she and her former employer settled the disagreement privately. Wynn confirmed these details in a statement. To do so, the couple borrowed £100,000 from a family friend. When that friend faced financial trouble of his own, debt collectors recouped the loan by taking the Wynns home. The Observer also cast doubt on the nature of Moth's illness, reporting that it had spoke to a medical expert who was skeptical that he had CBD. According to the NHS, the average life expectancy of someone with CBD is around 6 to 8 years. CBD, that's lung, right? Isn't that lung? Or CPO, CBD. Wynn had said Moth was diagnosed with the condition over 12 years ago. She looks like a pretty woman. On Wednesday, Wynn shared a lengthy statement on her website. In response to the allegation of embezzlement, she said it was a pressured time in the years before the 2008 economic crisis. Any mistakes I made in those years in office, I deeply regret, and I'm truly sorry. So she did steal the money. That's what it sounds like, right? Did she steal the money? She borrowed $100,000, according to Lorna Hutchison, and paid it back. To pay back, and she couldn't pay it back. So they took her house away from her. I've got ex-friends like that, but not that much money. So she borrowed the money, and they took her house from her. She maintained, well, I mean, I'm a bad guy, too. I borrowed all this money in New York in the 1980s and 90s. Very bad times. Very bad times. So I want to apologize to the credit card companies. It says, in addressing the house, Wynn said it was an uninhabitable ruin in a bramble patch. She said her husband and her attempted to sell it in 2013, but were told by local estate agents that there was no point in marketing it. It was virtually worthless. Wynn also shared photographs of documents appearing to confirm her husband's diagnosis, one of which showed that he had previously been considered as having atypical CBD.
Why don't you send that to yourself, open it on your computer and show everyone?
Because I had not thought about it, Columbus. Okay. But that's a very good idea.
In fact, you should do that.
I should do that. Okay, let us do.
Everyone can share.
Everyone can share. Okay, so
You can share.
I wasn't preparing to read it all, Columbus. Excuse me, whatever your name is. Okay, I'm going to post this on my computer, if I can. BusinessInsider.com. Let me see if I can post this. I mean, these kind of stories are very interesting. Are they going to say that about me? Are they going to say that nothing that I say, nothing that I write is good because of my financial problems in the 1980s after the Great Recession? They might say that. There we go. Am I going to have to pay money for this? I might have to pay money for this. Subscribe. What do I do? What do I do? Can somebody tell me what I need to do to load this thing up? I watched a documentary about, we're not talking about her yet. We'll talk about everybody. There's plenty of time. We're spending so much time together so we can do anything. Being an advantage with money to loaners is horrible. I refuse to borrow, and tough things out when things go bad. Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that. Do not borrow. Okay, this is here. This is here. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Hello. Don't worry about it, Lewis. Anyone who's interested can find it easily enough. It's in Business Insider. Look for Business Insider Salt Path. Okay? We can look it up. Thank you. I don't want to have to put in the thing here. It's £1, but then I'll forget about it. I'll wind up owing them hundreds. I'm an American, Squid Girl says. My ancestors immigrated from England a long time ago in 1630 and a few more in 1870. I love the British culture. I hate to see it ruined. What can Americans do to help our American friends? They could say, you could maybe write to Donald Trump and say, don't be taken by Keir Starmer, right? Send Trump over here with his Doge. Send the American military to block people coming into the country. Take over the country. I'm not saying that. I could be, I don't know. I don't know. What can Americans do here? Anyway, we'll have to look at this thing. We'll have to look at this thing. What is CBT? Let me check what CBT is. What CBD is. What is CBD? Disease. What is CBD? Corticobasal degeneration disease, a rare neurological condition that primarily affects movement, speech, memory, and swallowing, and often referred to as CBS. A CBD is characterized with the degeneration of brain cells, basal ganglia. You know what I think it is? It's a high-carb diet. They're probably vegans. Let's see if the salt people are vegans. Are salt, whatever it's called. What is the thing called? Are salt path family vegans? Well, the book, they experimented with vegetarians, and they ultimately returned to eating meat, but details the time when the family tried vegetarian options. You know what? Probably they were vegetarians. One of my kids has gone vegetarian, and then that hurts the brain. I'm just guessing. I'm just giving a quick diagnosis. Let's get back to this thing. Let's get back. Okay. So, that's what we're talking about. Okay. If they ate raw eggs and meat, he may have been cured. Yes, Ian Bunker. That's what Lewis Schaffer is saying. Why do you get brain disease? Because you're on a high vegan diet. What is type 3 diabetes? It's blood sugar in the brain. This is what eating sugar does. It makes you mental. Look at what's his name. Look at I'm pointing at everyone there. Look at Joe Biden. Look at him. High blood sugar. He's sitting there eating ice cream. Trump would tell them they don't know what the F they're doing. Yeah. Not good enough. Not good enough. But Donald Trump, I don't think he understands how bad the world is. Maybe he does. Does he understand how bad America is getting? Does he understand that? Okay. I mean, they're letting in millions of people into the country. And once upon a time, those people wanted to be Americans, and now maybe they don't. Maybe they want to practice their obscure old religions, which are, whatever they're doing. Thank you for your kind words, Squid Girl. What does Lorna says? I love President Trump. I love President Trump too, and more people are loving President Trump. Does he have his problems? Yes, he does. Yes, he has his problems, but he's not those other guys. I agree, Lewis. I think very few people understand how bad it is. It's really bad. I think it's really, really bad. What do the docs think about your diet? Of course they're against it because they're Team World. They work for the NHS. Most of them are against it. Some of them are for. 6 years ago when I started, they looked at me, no. And I went to them, who are you? What are you, an NHS doctor or any doctor? I have no respect for doctors. I do have respect for doctors. Some doctors. I have respect for Craig here. But most doctors I don't have respect for because in order to become a doctor, you basically have to follow the rules. Okay. Yesterday missed as I went for a coffee with my husband, show off, and stopped at a jewelry's to get a new battery for my watch. £5. Show off. You have a watch. Show off. Is there a different actor playing Biden? Me like today? No. Bid me straight off, Steve Cuff. This is what Judel says. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. So, because we're told to eat a mixed diet, which I'm against. We're told to eat a balanced diet, which I'm against. We're told to eat a whole foods diet, which I'm against. We're told to eat plants, which I'm against. So there you go. We're told to eat cooked food, which I'm against. Uncle Tom vibes. That deserves to be more widely used, as I will see to it that it is. Who said that? Yes, Kinsey, says Chris King. But they will when I hit Team World. Hopefully, it's hit Starmer first. I missed that. Okay, whatever. I missed that. Well, what are you saying to Kinsey? What are you saying to Kinsey? Anyway, Judels was taking the piss, Kinsey. But you got to make sure you tell people you're taking the piss. Yeah, times are going to get better, maybe. Maybe they'll get better. Maybe they won't. I'm not advocating anything. I don't know what, I got to have a knock on the door saying I'm a comedian. What did I say? Was Dr. Shipman ultimately a humanitarian and tried to end the suffering rather like Buddha? Well, he killed 400 people like COVID. Look at all the people who were killed because of COVID. All the people who put on ventilators killed, sent to nursing homes killed. Yeah. Was he a humanitarian? No, but it's maybe it wasn't. It's like what's happened in the country here. It's like, let's kill people. I haven't bought a watch battery for about 40 years. Yeah, you don't need a watch. I've seen some beautiful watches, but you don't need a watch. I've seen shows about watches, but you don't need a watch. You do not need a watch. £5, a show off. Poor Mary getting bullied, says Mark J. Yes. Well, the fact you have a husband, and lots of people don't have husbands. Shipman got them to change their wills for his benefit. Yeah, bad person. Lewis, the watch was £6. You bought it used off of Poshmark. Laugh out loud. My husband has been much more expensive. Laugh out loud. I utterly couldn't stand Trump till I actually listened to both sides. I don't agree with a lot, but have respect for the man in a lot of ways. Media shows him as all bad. I don't think that's the case. Why does the media show him as all bad, especially in this country, Leanne? Because it's a Team World media. It's the BBC. They're bad. They're bad. All bad. I didn't like him either. I didn't like him until about, I didn't follow the election in 2020. And then I realized he is saving America and perhaps the world, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. We will fight the nation's battles on the land and on the sea. That's the Marine Corps song. Okay. I love a watch. Quicker than looking at my phone. Anyway, I got my phone in my hand every single second of the day. Maybe I should do that. But then I had a phone that I used. It was a something, a 6. It's one of those step phones, not made by Nokia. I forget the name. Not Indian, Chinese. And then I left it in the whatchamacallit, in the pub on the other side of the park. Would you consider opium and a soapy massage in Thailand? And if not, why not? Would I consider it? I mean, I'm weird because I've got very few moral values, but I also think, you can't be wasting your time doing that. But maybe, who knows? Maybe, I don't know. Would you? Or have you? I mean, I was in South America, and I went by what do you call those things? One of those houses. Okay. And I couldn't walk in. I mean, I don't want to say I'm a good guy. I'm not a good guy. Would you consider opium? Okay, no. Leanne says somebody has to shake the stuff up. He may not get it all right, but by God, he's trying and pushing the boundaries instead of just a status quo. Well, the status quo is our enemy. The status quo is the enemy of the British, English, Welsh, Scottish, Huns, whatever we are, people. Step phones are silly. Why are they silly, Rianne? Because I actually use one. I'm going to use one after the show. I'm going to walk out. I did 20,000 steps yesterday. I don't know if it's helping. Right, that word, the BROTH word. Yeah. Rhiannon. That's that song, Rhiannon. That's a Welsh song sung by an American. Watch the Swatch change batteries for free. Then you find that the Swatch watches are made in China. They're not even made in Switzerland. Right? They're not made in Switzerland. Basically. Okay. Hello, Lewis, says Mick. Hello, Mick. Have you joined our subscribe list? Hi, everybody. Missed you last few times. Been working late. Well, you missed some very good shows. Yesterday's show was quite interesting. I thought for me, maybe for the audience, it was not interesting. And the show before that, I was questioning what's his name, George Monbiot. Gotta go now. No. Do we have 9? I don't see the 900. Do we have the 900? That's brilliant. Brilliant. I never believed I would feel like this about him. I was totally bonkers. If you had known me a long time ago, yes, I would say the same with me. We didn't like him in New York. But now it's a bit sad because he's kind of losing his mind a little bit. But yeah, we need someone who's going to fight for America. Fighting for America. We need someone who's going to fight for England. I'm Team UK. I'm Team England. Thank you very much, Leanne. Thank you, everybody. We've got our confirmation. Everybody thank Leanne. Thank you, Kinsey, for saying 900. Thank you. Thank all 900 people of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay? Mick is subscribed. Thank you. And I'm going to check Mick's punctuation. He says check it. Very good. We're all subscribed. Very good. Very good. Very good. People need to be married. I believe in marriage. I believe in making women happy. That's why when a woman is happy and says I'm, whatever I am, I go, I don't want to make her unhappy. I don't want to make her unhappy. I just want to, but a woman becomes unhappy. And you can't. Alan Williams says 900. Hey, 900. Yeah. You can't move away from the mic. Why did I move too far away? Did it hurt the sound? Happy wife, happy life. Yeah. And a good wife actually can do something for us. I mean, I've been mostly unmarried my entire life, and I don't think it's been good for me. Lewis is just going to keep going until he gets a play button. What is a play button? Shalom. Thank you, Mike Ryan. Shalom Chavera. No, Shalom Chaver. Sorry, Shalom Chaver. What is a play button, Jess Franco? Please tell me that. The problem with Thai is it doesn't fill you up properly. The problem with Thai. What is a play button? Is that some kind of sexual reference? Is that how to make 100,000 followers? That's cheating. That's cheating. Leanne says, Steve Cuff, I'm on the phone call at the moment and not listening. What's the 900 about? The 900 is 900 subscribers. And it's really, it's not that it's super important to me, but it's important to reach 1,000, and then maybe some money can come in, and maybe I could hire somebody to do some stuff for me, and maybe give my son money to do something. I mean, that's why it's important to me. I mean, I've never been chasing. You know, it's like, and the things that I put out there, a lot of people don't like. Like when I put all these food pictures of raw meat and eggs on I lose fans and followers, you know? I lose fans and followers, but that's just the way it is. Mark J. says, Marianne McCara, I don't trust any watch to be waterproof. I take it off before I wash dishes. Yeah, I think you should. Yeah, I think you should. What are my son's plans? For what? For making me a big star? Their own plans. Squid Girl says, I've been married for 32 years, and it seems like we just got married a few years ago. There have been hard times, very hard times, but we try to be thankful for what we have. Being grateful keeps us happy. I would say I should cut that out. Yeah, that's what you should be. You should look at your wife and think, well, you know, maybe you can get better, but maybe you can't. Maybe you're not worthy of her loving you, but she loves you, so just accept that. Yeah, I agree with that. I hate those eggs too, Lewis, but I'm still here. Kerry, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone who loves me for who I am. I mean, no, that sounds strong, but I love people who are like mad at me, like so mad at me, they want me dead or whatever they're thinking. But then they said, okay, I understand, I'm listening, and you've got good points, and I don't think you're as bad as you say you are. Do I play chess? Are you asking me this, Mike? Do I play chess? I don't play chess, but I know how to play chess. I have played chess, but I don't play chess. But that's what we're looking for. We're looking to be loved and appreciated by people. You know, someone who. That's what this country's looking for. That's what we're looking for. We don't want to be told we're no good because we don't believe in your God. You're no good because you're not married, or you are married, or you whatever it is. We want to be appreciated. Mick, if that's the highest point, the sun, it's midday. What did Mike J say? I gotta go back and read it. I don't see it here. I don't see it here. My wife wants me dead sometimes. Yeah, I bet she does. Yeah, that doesn't mean she's yeah, but that's the way life is. They want you dead. That's the book that I follow. How to stop your divorce. There are times you want sometimes you don't want to have sex with them. Sometimes you don't even want to eat with them. But you try to figure a way to work it through. He doesn't need a soulmate. A soulmate will make him stop screaming. Is that me? Yeah, and women, they need to love you in order to care. In order to care. Who's the soulmates? We're the soulmates. We are soulmates. We are the soulmates. But she loves me. Other ways, I'd be dead. Yeah. Yeah, good marriage is important. But unfortunately, you having go through a bad time. The woman goes to her friends, and she goes, "Oh, you shouldn't be with that guy. You should get more money. He sounds like such a loser." And what can you do? The sun is at its natural clock without hands. Easy to read time by its angle. Yeah. Lewis, you need glasses, I think. I don't need glasses, but it is a bit far. It's very small typeface, and I'm a bit tired. I'm loved and appreciated, Chris King. I've heard that about you, and I love and appreciate her. She is really my other half. Well, that's also pathetic to call someone your other half. You know, like that's saying you're not a complete person. I don't believe that. Defend that, Chris King. Defend calling your wife your other half. Do you take selfies? Are you asking me this, Ian Bunker? Mick, I have the honor of being late. My mom used to say, don't lose the morning or else you'll be running the rest of the day to catch up. Yeah, that's what people used to do. Now they sleep all day. I'm going to sleep all day and park all night. £5 or $5. People are funny things. People click in weird, wonderful, horrible ways. It's madness. Yeah, it's madness. And you think to yourself, I'm going to be happy if I've got my freedom, but you don't have your freedom. I've been alone a lot of times, Okay, I haven't done a job before 1 p.m. and it will get. I haven't done a job before 1 p.m. It will get left to the next day. What does that mean, Mark Therosian? I'm chuffed to know the pair of you, Kinsian. Yeah, it seems like nice people. Holiday in a lot. Is that what you are? Probably the best holiday and wonderful people. Yeah, I've been to a lot. I like Israel down there. It's really sunny and dry. Don't wear glasses. Once you wear them, you will need stronger ones every 2 years. That's totally true. I was 2.75 and 1.95 or something, and then I stopped wearing them. My eyes just got better and better. Better and better. Oh, look, my other son is here. Do I take selfies? What does that mean, do I take selfies? A lot is gorgeous, right? A lot. I hate to be late. So does my son, Lewis. I saw a really funny thing from an Israeli comedian about how small Israel is, that it's not even big enough to put the name on the country. The name on the country. Being late is a pet hate of mine. Yeah, I'm against that too. I try not to be late. If you notice, I'm here every day at 5. And if I'm not here, I feel really bad. But that's a good sign. How many of us would survive 2 weeks? Get me out of here, jungle. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want to eat those bugs. I think they're probably bad for you. I think they're really bad for you. I mean, we've survived this. We've been hanging out together for 32. This is our 32nd show. If I haven't done a job before 1 p.m., it will get left to the next day, period. In reference to Marianne saying, yeah, you got to start the show early. That's exactly probably right. You got to start doing stuff before 1 so you can finish it. Okay? I was never late for work. Yeah, that's old English people. Yeah, we got to be hardworking. Judah said, sorry for being mean. I'm dead glad he didn't notice. Were you being mean to me? Comedian. Oh, you said a joke. Oh, I say. Well, one thing, consider we've had arguments over the last couple of days. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, Lewis, from what you say on your stream, you could never understand. I feel for you. What does that mean? I could never understand. Sometimes you can be surrounded by people who love and care about you and feel lonely, but hopefully it's just a phase. We should learn to love and respect ourselves before others think bad thoughts, maybe? Yeah, I got both my sons here. And yesterday I got some messages from my ex-girlfriend, and she was so lovely. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I'm nearly all... I mean... But sometimes I think to myself, I'd like to come and hang out. But anyway, I'm nearly always late. I hate it to move. I try. The more you try, that later I am. Yeah, we got to work on it. It's similar to my diet. It's like I've basically stopped pigging out. It's taken a long, long time. A long, long time. And being late is just attention seeking. Wizards are never late. Identify as a wizard. Never late again. Never, and be never late again. Yeah, that could be true. Mech. Mark says, Lewis, there are many things people can say about you, and they do. But they can't say you are ever late to this stream. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the stream would be better if I was late. Maybe if I played a bit harder to get. I mean, I enjoy being here so much. And that maybe... If I said I don't care, you'd go, oh, please, care, please, and you'd come in. Who knows what could happen? The bugs are protein. It's the rice that will get you. That's true, but remember, bugs have the stuff that's on the bugs. Then it's not all protein, but the rice has arsenic in it. Yeah, it's high carbs. Yeah, you're totally right, Alan Williams. Leanne, better than coming too early. This is what's. Can we not be dirty, Steve? Can we not be dirty, Steve? Okay, Leanne. They do not know what you have, what they have till gone. That's the thing about, yeah, they don't go. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know what, they're trying for perfection. That's like my ex-girlfriend. She was like, lots of good fun. Lots of good fun. The globalists want us eating bugs. Yeah, they want us dead. Let's go a step further. They don't even give a damn what we eat. They want us dead. I think the globalists, they do. This guy, what's his name? He's a leader in climate change. That's people who want you dead. Maybe he could sue me. He could say, I don't want people dead just because I'm a climate change. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, Steve, Mark says, stop lowering the tone. Yeah. Bugs are too gross and gooey. Yeah, and they don't taste good. Or could they taste good? People eat them when they're super hungry. That's why they eat that. If they're living in Thailand or something. I don't know where they eat bugs. Lorna Hutchison loves a bit of smut. Yeah, I do too. I love flirting and being dirty and all that stuff. But it could lead to heartache and sorrow. Girls fall in love and so do boys. And, and then one girl says to the other girl, I don't want you seeing two girls. That's what I was talking about, Leanne. Henceforth to be known as Dirty Steve. Let's give a dog a good name, as he says. Let's give a dog a good name, says Dale Carnegie. So instead of calling him Dirty Steve, let's call him Clean Steve. Let's call him Clean Steve or something. Do you remember the movie Help, where he goes, I'm clean? I think he says I'm clean. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Salacious Steve. No, Steve is good. Steve is good. I love Steve. Lovely Steve. Nice Steve. Why did you mention that song, Alan Williams? Alan Williams. The more parking lots, the more cars. Like New York has no cars. Clean Steve. Okay, yeah, Archie says Clean Steve. He's pretty clean. I would say he's pretty clean. He's pretty clean. I will repeat myself, Lorna Hutchison. If you love a bit of smut, get on Discord. Okay, get on Discord. You want to talk like that, get on Discord. I'm have to be worried that someone's watching this and not happy about it. I don't know why I have to watch this, but I gotta watch this. Oh, look at this. Lorna says, I will try. Yeah, let's all try to get on the Discord site. Lewis Schaffer. I'm not going to be there because this is 3 hours of me right now, even though later on in the day I'd like to go on. I'd like to go back online. Avoid the need. Where'd you go? Did you just delete that? I was just reading the thing. Can you put that back up when you correct it? I'll repeat myself, Lorna. Okay. What will you have for your dinner? Well, I will have some beef and eggs, basically, because I don't want to cook anything in a frying pan for too long because it just heats up the house. If it's cooler, I'll turn the frying pan on and maybe I'll have some bratwurst or some Cumberland sausages and some eggs. I guess I'm not really that hungry. I will lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to be thin. I'm all right now. I'm not fat right now, I don't think. But to be really, really thin. Really, really thin. Is it your own channel? Well, Kinsey set it up, and she says it's your channel. So I don't know if it should be mine. Whatever I'm doing, I don't do anything with it. I'm just promoting it for Kinsey. I'm not sure of any of us. Can you especially if there are knees involved? This is what Leanne says. Leanne says about the knees. Oh my God. What about oh my God? What about oh my God? Oh my God. Let's see what you're saying. So I answered that question. I'm going to have some beef and some eggs. I'm going to have what I had for breakfast. Kinsey, can you issue invites? Kinsey, can you? And I'll put it up. I mean, I know it's my site. Let's say, I don't know if it's my site. I don't know how to access it. Can we send something on Patreon to me if you're interested? Suicidal Squid Girl says, quote, to avoid the near occasion of sin, avoid the near occasion of sin. If certain actions or people lead you to repeat stupid decisions, avoid them. Relationship success. You'll be happy, and so will your partner. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, yeah. Avoid the near occasion of sin, yeah. Because I mean, I didn't see what you said. I haven't missed you, Joodles. I think Squid Girl is right, because I'm here. I don't have a girlfriend, or I don't have a girlfriend really, or maybe I do. Maybe one of you girls thinks this is my girlfriend, and I just think I'd like to talk to a girl, but and then she says, and then they're girls, and you go, wow, this is a girl. She's a pretty girl, and that's how you get near occasion to it. Yeah. You have to be strong. I agree with that so much, Squid Girl. So What and I says, I had 2 sausages and 3 pieces of black pudding and butter at 11 a.m. I'm only just feeling hungry again. Yeah, the thing that makes you hungry is the high-carb diet. And if you have 1 piece of high carb, it's like talking to a girl with impure thoughts. And I have maybe that's a bit strong, impure thoughts. Okay, no, we haven't seen what you've written, Joodles. No one, even Lewis Schaffer, no one is ignoring Joodles. It's about time you graced your Discord with your presence, and only you can issue invites. Is that true? Is that why no one is coming in there? Is that why? Who said I'm invisible? Joodle said this. How many of us here at the moment actually can get on the Discord? Okay. Do you want me to go see what I can do? I'm waiting for Kinsey to tell me what to do. I'm not good at this. I'm sorry. I'm not good. I'm going to go and see what I can do with the Discord. My mom is asking Lewis, do you bite your nails? I don't bite my nails. And I used to bite them. I don't bite them anymore. Here they are. I sometimes pick at the cuticles, but I don't really do that much. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Hold on a second. Can you see? Can you see? They don't look that clean right now, but they're pretty clean. Can you see? I used to bite them till blood came out of them. This is the phone. I just shake my phone and the thing goes off. The light goes off. It should go off. It went off, see? I don't even need to press it. Okay. Yes, that's true. The Kellogg story. You know the Kellogg story. They wanted people to be vegetarians. That's why they invented Kellogg's cornflakes. And so they basically turned people against protein, meat protein. My mom, what the hell are you doing listening to this? Who's your mom, Leanne? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go onto Discord and see what it means, where my account is. Because I've done this a few times, and I can see how you could be very annoyed by this. Okay. I'm on Discord. It says download Nitro Discover. So you've got to go onto Discord. You've got to download the account. Okay? Downloading Discord, whatever you hang out. Okay? You down. It says to accept all cookies. I'm guessing this is what it is. Can someone correct me? Maybe I should do this. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Can everybody see this? Can everybody see what I'm doing here? Can I try to make this just a bit smaller so you can get in here? Okay. Okay. let's go back to this. So what do we do next? I think we open the Discord. Okay? We open the Discord. So let's open the Discord, everyone. It's like a computer class. I'm the wrong one to do this. My son says, it says, friends, find or start a conversation. This is an unclaimed account. Claim it before it's lost. Okay? Should I be doing this here? I don't know what I should be doing this. It's Discord. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it here. And then the password. Okay. Can you see what I've written? What number it is? Can you see what I've written? Not publicly. Well, what does that mean? Can you see it publicly or not publicly? I can't. No, it goes directly up here, so I can't put the hand over the screen. No, okay. So you can see it. That's what matters. Okay. Well, I'm just showing everybody how to do it. Can people see this? That's what I'm asking the question. Okay. I've been told. I don't understand. How is anybody seeing any of this? I want to know if people are actually seeing me put in my password. Did anybody see my put in my password? Yes or no? That's the question I'm asking. Do you see? Can you see what password did I put in there? Do you see the password? What exactly is the password? If you can't see the password, how is this being? What did they see? Did you see my password there? No, we didn't see your password. Well, what did you see that could be copied? Tell me, what did you see? I don't think you saw anything. So you're just whipping me into a frenzy. I really appreciate being told to stop, but we can see your screen, but it's just dots in your password, right? So you can't see the actual numbers. That sort of thing always happens to me. Right. Oh my God, what? Tell me what I am doing. Can you see that password that I'm here? No, you can't see it. So is everybody doing what I'm doing? Archie says we can't see your password. Just dots. Exactly. That's all it was. It was a hoax. It was just dots. I'm putting a password in, but it's just dots. Columbus, can you just look at this? I'm being yelled at. I'm being told that you have to be involved in this.
About what?
Come over here. Yeah. Come over here. We'll put this down. We'll put this down. I'll show you what we're doing.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to go on the Discord. Whoops. Yeah. I'm trying to go.
Holding down.
All right, just take it easy. Everything's fine.
What are you doing? You don't
okay.
Click it. Click it.
Okay. We're done here. So I'm just here. I just put my password in. Okay? No one could see it. I don't think anyone could see my password.
Were you streaming it?
Yes, but it's
So people saw your password?
no, they didn't see the actual number because it had dot dot dot, whatever it
Oh,
was.
so it was hidden.
It was hidden.
So what's the point?
What is the point? They're going full on mental on me, saying that they're seeing something, but they're not seeing.
Are you sure?
Then I asked them, "Did you see an actual number when I put in my password or a letter for my password?" And they said no. So I don't know why. I don't know why you're so upset. They're so upset. They're so upset. No one saw any password. It's not the camera. It's just the screen. I don't know what it is.
Because they can see the screen.
Yes. What is on? What is this screen? What is on the screen? I'm saying this is the screen that everyone has to go into in order for them to claim an account to go into Discord, right? Am I right?
You're approaching 3 hours, by the way.
Okay.
Just, you know.
I'm approaching 3 hours. Okay. No, we can't see your password. We can just see open tabs and everything else on your screen, and your private email addresses. What, all this stuff up here? Oh, I see. I see. So what is up
The
here?
camera is still down.
Yeah. Okay. But they're seeing this on my screen. They're seeing Instagram, Facebook, Gmail. How do I get that deleted? Okay. Okay. Hold on. How do I actually? I don't want to show. Producer, Archie says, we definitely saw only a row of dots. They were pulling my leg. I don't think they're pulling my leg. I think Joodles was like really upset about this, which he should be. Share the link to Discord, please. How do I share the link to Discord? How do I do that, Columbus? Okay. This is channels. How do I invite someone from Discord? Can you show me how to invite someone from Discord? Columbus, please.
What?
How do I invite someone from Discord?
Invite someone to do what?
To join Discord, to join this
To join
account.
the server, you need to go to the server and click the drop down on the name of the server.
Where is that? I don't see where that is.
I think only you can put the link into the chat.
Yes, I'm here, so I'm looking at this thing. Add a server, discover, Lewis Schaffer, download apps,
No.
general. I don't see it. Just come and just take a look at this.
It's very simple.
Well, I don't see it. Threads, notifications.
You give me the mouse. See here, the drop down. Is this not?
I didn't see the drop down.
Is that not a...
I just see a fucking thing like
there you
that.
go. Invite people.
Okay,
And
that's it. All right, there you go.
Click copy.
Okay, there you go. Good job. That took exactly 1 second to do. It took exactly 1 second to do. Okay. Everything's good. I'm sending an invitation. Okay. Producer, thank you for helping your dad. Okay. So we got that there. Let's There you go. Thank you, Columbus. Thank you, Columbus. Thank you, Columbus. Well done, Lewis. Okay. Thank you, Columbus. I'm listening to a rant. Yes, to a rant. That's exactly. I mean, how hard is it to do this thing? I think because I've been told. I'm like I should know this. Yeah, Discord. Exactly. That's very funny, Lucy. It's called Discord. It's still Discord. Okay. All right. This has been 3 hours. You guys have been amazing. Thank you very much. You've been amazing. Can you do me a favor? If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't liked, which you have to like every single show, please like. If you want to help me out, help me out. I know you think I'm a super rich guy, but it would really help. If you want to help me out, you can go to Patreon, and help me out on Patreon. If you give me a certain amount, I'll send you. I've got a couple of calendars left, but you got to remind me. I'm sending Leanne a calendar. Okay. Says for me to be nice. Thank you, Squid Girls from Temecula. Okay. Thank you, everybody who's been listening throughout the entire thing. Thank you, Joodles, for caring. Don't think just because I didn't quite listen to you as quickly as I should have, I think you were wrong. I'm not saying that. And don't think I don't appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you people for being here. Joodle says, well done. Kinsey, I want to thank you, Kinsey. I want to thank Steve Cupp and Chris King and Squid Girl and Temecula and Alan and Lucy. Very funny, Lucy. And Joodles is funny too, but okay. I want to thank Maltese Phil and Kerry and Hugh, Jarrett and Mark Thorosian. I want to thank. I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank Joe. I want to thank everybody for having a good evening. I'm going to keep this online for about 5 minutes. You can resolve things, or you can go to the Discord, which I think you should all go to the Discord. If you want to find out somebody else, you can speak to somebody else personally without going through me. I might turn up. Okay, I want to thank Kinsey for doing this. I want to thank Kerry for being here too. Archie Bloom, thank you. Okay. Thank you, producer. This is what Archie Bloom says. Go speak with Archie Bloom in Discord. Maybe I'll come in a little bit. I'll go eat something. I'll come back. I'll go walk for a walk. Okay. Keith Bexley, take care all of you people. You've been so good. So good. This has been a great time. Saturdays are my favorite. Tomorrow I'll see you at 5 as well. I hope so, right, producer? Anyway, Lud1, thank you, Lud. Am I forgetting anybody else in this thing? We have 30-something 5 people, and we've had a really good time. Yeah, and I'm being prayed for by Squid Girl. What Squid Girl said was, don't go close to temptation, because you could just fall in. Like, don't go to the close of the edge of a building. And there's lots of temptation, and so many good people, but you can't have everything, really. You can't have everything. I guess that's our show. Okay, so I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna put on the end stream. We'll see you at 5 o'clock. Thank you, Lorna Hutchison. Accept the invite. Accept it, and we'll see you later. If there's a problem, write something in there. Write having a problem. Also, you could go to Patreon, right? Or you could pay me a PayPal, which is Lewis Schaffer, PR at Gmail, whatever it is, .com. And don't ride the Segway. Yeah, that's good advice. Chin up, Lewis. Thank you, Joodles.